Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. Got to turn that on, and we got to turn that off. Hey, okay, there we are. Whew, good to have you all here. Sorry, I had to run into the other room real quick. I forgot something and wanted to grab it, and almost didn't get back in time. And I was almost late. I was almost Jason late. Good to have you all here. Thank you very much for being here. Spam was, of course, first. Thank you very much for being here, Spam. Yes, Trav, it's going to be a party. What the heck? We're going to have some fun in here. We're going to just, we're taking the Corvette expedition, and we're going to go slow. So for those of you who are new to the channel, thank you very much for being here. Welcome to nomanssky, and we are going to be doing the Corvette expedition. My name is ElanPaul, and want to thank you all. I mean, I don't know how many of you hit the video yesterday. I sent, not even yesterday, it was Monday night. I knocked out a video, just said, you know, something me and Sonalita were talking about. Let me just go ahead and put out a video for it. And that video has just gone crazy. I mean, it's gotten like over 5,000 views. Tons of people have been subscribing to the channel because of it, and very grateful. So thank you all very, very much. Those of you who subscribed, I really, really appreciate it. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm just really, really pleased by it. So who else we got here besides Trav? And obviously Demager, you're always here. And yes, it's a relative term. I agree. Early is relative. One Thumb, good to have you here. Thank you very much for being here too. And I appreciate you. Starduster, thank you very much for being here as well. You guys are great. Old Man Gibb is here. He's in the house. Thank you. Let's remember Charlie Kirk's family. Oh, yes, yes. Been hearing about this. I'm not familiar with this fella, Charlie Kirk. I don't know how to phrase this, but I'll try to phrase it as best I can. My boss's daughter is looking at colleges and stuff like that, and is very familiar with this fella. And I heard the news. I heard the news that this fella was shot, and that's just absolutely awful. I don't know if he's going to make it or if he hasn't already, if you will. But yeah, that's always good to keep these folks in our thoughts and prayers, especially the family that has to deal with the fallout from it. That is absolutely an awful thing to have happened. He did pass. Crap. Yeah, last I heard he was in critical condition, but they didn't think he was going to make it. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. That's horrible. Yeah, prayers and wishes to his family. You know, please keep them in the back of your minds. That's just awful in this day and age. It's something we were talking about. It's funny that you guys should mention that. And if we've got to start off on a kind of a down note, it's okay, you know, because these things do have to be brought up. Quoth, good to have you here. Thank you very much for being here too. Gary, good to see you. Interloping away. 30, 40 years ago, you probably wouldn't have heard about something like this too readily. I think with the advent of this, with media, social media, and every other platform that we have, we hear about things instantly. There's an earthquake that happens someplace on the other side of the planet. We know about it within moments. Sometimes we know about it before the people who are feeling the effects of it even feel the effects of it. It's very, very odd to have that kind of contact with the planet as it is today, and to just be inundated from every single direction about these awful things that do happen. Try to remember, if you guys will, the good things that do happen in life. You know, I'm sure there's been some very happy memories about this fella, and just keep the family in your prayers and thoughts. The hard times that they're going through right now, that's what we need to keep in mind. But there's always some good things to always keep ahead, like, hey, you know, this person brought a lot of communication to people in the college world and things like that, and it's always good to remember what he did for everything. So again, keep them in your thoughts and minds. It's very important to do so. We lost one of our own a couple years ago, Zhu, who was a fantastic streamer, content creator for nomanssky, absolutely fabulous. And to this day, people still mourn his loss to the community. And his memories live on in the planet that they dedicated to his memory. So absolutely fabulous to think of people in that way, create beautiful things to remember them by. So. But again, I want to thank you all for being here. We are going to move forward and get this Corvette expedition moving on. we're going to do kind of a slow run today. I know that sounds weird. I'm a speedrunner. I don't usually do slow runs. But we've seen a desire for folks to see how to do this run. Captain Steve, as an example, put out a short little post today saying, hey guys, I went ahead and did it from a new save today. Just paraphrasing what he said. And when I went to go mine some copper, unfortunately, there were so many bases on this planet from a lot of new players and stuff like that, that it blocked out the ability to mine copper, and I needed to make chromatic metal so I could just get past milestone 1. So I threw in a tidbit of information. Hey, Captain, go ahead and uninstall your bolt caster, the 50 chromatic metal. You're going to get a scatter blaster soon anyway. You don't really need the bolt caster, so just go ahead and do that. That'll get you off the planet and moving along. A little speedrunner assistance there. But at the same time, it is a problem. You hear me say it during every speedrun. I'll come upon a rendezvous on a planet, and there are just bases scattered around this planet. Like you guys want to do that? That's great. I understand that. Try not to upload your bases. Please, for the love of all that's holy, create a base, make it spectacular. Wait until the expedition's over, and then go ahead and upload your base. But if you upload the base, it puts it into the server, and in that instance, I'm going to see all these bases everywhere. So that causes a problem for everybody, not just for speedrunners like myself, but for anybody who wants to play the run through. So just keep that in mind. So hey, Echo Prime, good to have you here. Sorry, I had to run in. It's the second time. The planets are just covered in, multiplayer bases and stuff like that. That's correct. You can also disable your internet connection prior to starting an expedition to turn off all the other players. I think I'll do that just right now. No, I can't do that. See, that's a problem, isn't it? So there's an issue. And that was probably happened to Captain Steve if he wanted to play it live. So that's a little bit of a problem, too. So not all of us can do that. That is a good idea. But not all of us can do that. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot you're doing on the planets that require you to do a lot of terrain manipulation. So, yeah, you know the way I play it. I'm going to uninstall my bolt caster. They're giving me my chromatic metal. I purchase the rest up at the space station. We're done. So there's going to be a lot of different things that we can do there. Playing Steam offline works as well, correct? If your PC is different from your streaming PC, then it is possible. True. I wish I had that ability. I do not. Everything's all encompassing. You guys have actually experienced it. If any of you have been here for a long time on my channel and have watched me streaming, you'll notice that sometimes something will happen and all of a sudden everything just crashes. That was my old computer. It just kept crashing on me like crazy. The new one, it's been stable. I've never had an issue with it. The problem with the stream last time, though, turned out to be my daughter playing a game that was literally absorbing every bit of bandwidth on a fiber connection, and we have no idea why. So she's not playing that anymore. So there we are. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Let me switch over to the other screen real quick. There we go. We will be doing this now. I'm going to do it from one of my main saves. The video I put out on Monday night my time, was from one of my other saves. I'm going to do it from my main save. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm still warning people, it doesn't happen for everybody. A lot of people had this comment on the video that I put out on Monday. It doesn't happen to everybody, but if you put all your Corvette parts into the Corvette kiosk next to the building platform, there's a chance when you log out and you log back into your game later that the parts will go missing, that they'll just disappear. That has happened on a number of occasions to several people. We don't know what the correlation is yet. There may be some things, maybe if you switch from normal to creative mode, it wipes them out. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I'm not testing that today. We're going to go from a normal mode. Okay, so we're going to do this from a normal mode. Slow runs to describe things, so please feel free to ask questions, and we'll go from there. Yeah, slow runs for the win. Yeah, absolutely. Scuba Steve, good to have you here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. All right, so, and I'm over here. As you can see, I got my, my camera repositioned over onto the side over here, so you can see everything below me this way, and you can see anything above me. Now, I'm not going to put the timer on. We're not going to worry about that because we're just taking our time with this. We'll probably still beat Delta, let's be honest, but that's okay. Delta only ran it one time. He's good. So right now, speedrun records 44 for myself, 54 for Jason, and Delta on his very first time through, very first time playing it through, 1 hour and 17 minutes. That's pretty phenomenal. And I really think he's going to be the big challenger on this one. So we'll see what happens. Hey, he might even win it. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. So appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and get started. If I can find my cursor. Hey, there it is. Okay, good. Let's see. So, okay, so this is the one I did that video from. This is a something you shouldn't see right now. Let me get rid of that. That didn't happen. You didn't see it. And this is my current main save that I use most of the time now. This one has about 450 hours in it. This one, obviously, about 160 right now. I do have another save in here. This one is a mess. I haven't played it in ages. Even though it says August 1st, I went in there one day, looked at it, went, ugh, and I went right back out. So that's all I did on that. That's going to require some serious cleaning up. So we'll see how that goes. Trav, my question is, can I use the parts glitch you showcased in your YouTube video where you can save Corvette parts on the freighter and dupe them with only one landing gear? I'm still hunting parts. You know, it's funny you should say that. Somebody did that. Somebody put another message in regarding this, and I didn't know you could do this. So, yeah, you can create this tiny, tiny little Corvette and then get out. All the parts are still in your inventory now, in yours, wherever you might put it. And then you can go over to the ships and you can trade it out. And you can just do the whole process again, go back to the Anomaly, get another Corvette out of there from your expedition, come back and do the whole thing, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse. Someone said you can also take that ship that you made and you can bring it to another station and you can dismantle it all the rest of the way and get all the parts out of it, and then you don't have to worry about trading or anything like that. I haven't tried that yet. So that could be an issue as well. Demager. So yeah, you can keep doing that. There are also duplication glitches that everybody mentioned in there. Hey, I noticed you had a bunch of refiners on your freighter, Paul. What's that all there for? Well, that's for the duplication glitch. So if you really want to push, we talk about whether it's cheating or not. It's taking advantage of a glitch duplicating. However, the story is, it was discovered back in 2016, very early on, that you could do this. They patched it out of the game so that nobody could do that anymore. There was such an uproar about it, they put it back in. So, is it a mechanic of the game, or is it still considered cheating? My suggestion is, I'm having problems with my PS5 with lag. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, One Thumb. That's weird. My thought process on this, folks, is that if you've never played No Man's Sky, please play the storyline through one time on your own. No glitch duplicating, no cheating. Go through the whole process of grinding this and grinding that and getting everything done. Go through the whole thing. And then when you get to a point where you've completed the storylines, everything's all caught up, you're up to snuff, glitch duplicate to your heart's content, knock yourself out, have a great time with it. One guy said take the what do you call it? The metal that you get from the freighters that you trade to the pirate guy in the station. Anyway, I can't think of the name of it. And you can turn that into nanites and just put it in your refiner and glitch duplicate until you have 10,000s of them, if you will, and then just start refining them into nanites. Great way to do it. Tainted metal. Thank you very much. The tainted metal. So you take that and you just glitch duplicate the crap out of that. You put it in your refiner. It actually refines fairly quickly. Curious deposits take a lot longer to refine, but these refine a lot faster and you can get a lot more nanites out of it. And there's all kinds of other methods. There's so many other methods. What? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, tainted metal, my friend. We can show you that at some point. Not a problem. Just started a new game, so I don't have much by way of nanites, etc. Purchasing parts is a no-go unless I land on a planet with some high-demand items. Purchasing parts. Gee, what can you do about that? My suggestion, Trav, have you gotten a Sentinel ship yet? If you haven't gotten a Sentinel ship, go to a dissonant system, hunt down some Sentinel ships, and just start farming Sentinel ships. And you can sell off those Sentinel ships for anywhere between about 16, 17 million to about 30, 40, 50 million each. And you'll get some money really fast that way. And then after that, you can use that money to get your other items, and you can start doing some other things, and so on and so forth. As far as the nanites are concerned, I think the glitch duplicating, if it's a new game and you've gone through the storyline, go ahead and do it. Yeah, see, go get a bunch of scrap. You have the parts to sell as well, and they give you the items yourself and the scrap too. So there's another thing. You guys are just coming up with some great ideas. Keep the chatter going. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do it from my Worlds 2 main, so I'm going to go into that. I have no idea where my character is. We'll find out in a moment. So, yeah, I need. Glitch building is BS, but that's just me. That's okay, old man Gib. You don't have to do the glitch duplication. Glitch building is fun. I think, being able to build something and glitch it out and everything like that is fun. Yeah, I forgot about this. I'm with my RV. Yeah, that's not why we're here, but that's okay. We're going to leave that there. I'm not even here for that. Now, this run is going to be very interesting because the multi-tool I'm using up here I don't even know why I called it an arc multi-tool. It's got 4 supercharged slots in a quad pattern up here, which means when I go into the expedition and do it, my multi-tool is going to have supercharged slots. We're going to leave that in there. We're just going to play with it. Okay, we're going to do with it just like anybody else would. So it copies it over. For some reason, it copies over the same slots into your multi-tool, even though it's a C-class multi-tool. So we'll go ahead and just get that done. I can't hear a blessed thing. I think my volume's too low. There it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can hear things now. All right. So select equipment. I'm not going to select any equipment. I'm not bringing anything over. In order to get, if any of you are doing the expedition from your save, you're wondering about this. The only way you can get the equipment is if you go back to the anomaly and pull it all back out of this inventory spot inside the kiosk here. So you have to get to a point, still get off the planet, go to the first space station, get a ship, build the ship, then you can leave the ship, and then you can pull in the anomaly and get your stuff that you want. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put about 50 chromatic metal in there because that'll help me at the very beginning, it's not going to help you at all. Don't do it. Kind of dumb. Don't do it. Let's see. No Sentinel ship, but I did start blasting dissonant resonators from mirrors. Good. I don't know what to do with them. You can hang on to them. When you get a trap, if you find one of those little camps that you can look for ships from, my suggestion is you put down a save beacon, or even throw down a base, if you want to, a base computer, so you can see it again. You can keep going back to that camp over and over and over again. So once you find a ship and you take it and you say, I don't know if I like this, and you sell it, you can go right back to the planet, to the same spot, and do the same thing again until it look for another ship. And it will find another ship within the radius, and you just go there to go to that ship. So you can farm ships from one spot for a while. But what I was going to bring up is in the camp, you got the multi-tool kiosk. So if you get one of those nice Sentinel multi-tools, which are really, really sweet, great. The hijacked laser and those things are fabulous for mining stuff. If you get one of those, it always has a bunch of broken up items inside the multi-tool. The mirrors are used a lot of times for that, to unlock certain ones and repair them. So that's what you're going to use that for. That's what I would do. I keep usually a stock of them in my inventory. This one's a good one. I'm going to show you real quick. I think, is my freighter in the system? Yeah, it is. My freighter is really fixed up quite a bit here. You're going to see it's got all the Corvette parts in here. When I go through my inventory here, these are all my cargo containers. You can see I've got them done up really, really careful. I got the high money items, Sentinel loot, but you'll notice I'm not taking a whole lot in. Like, I only got 2 stacks of quad servos from the quads. I'm not saving. Anytime I get more, I sell them or just delete them, whatever. I don't need them anymore. I've got tons of them. I got 1 stack of each of these items. I've got a few stacks of these just to keep them. I don't really need all these stacks of stuff, but it's in here in case I come across some need to have them. Same thing with rocks and creatables. The upgrades that I've gotten. Any upgrades that just stack 1, it's kind of difficult to hang on to, but I'm probably going to have to go through here and delete a bunch of stuff in here. We used to be able to duplicate the upgrades in the refiners at one time. We can't do that anymore. They did get rid of that, which kind of sucks, but I understand. It does make it a little bit OP if you do that. Same thing with ocean items. See, he's got some recipe items that I keep in here, computers, a couple other things I come across, some of the glitches at the bottom right that I can put up at bases. You see that I did get a bunch of harmonic brains. They only take up 1 spot. They take up 1 spot by themselves, but this is great when I want to go back to a planet. If I find a good ship, I can pull it out of my inventory on my freighter and just repair it right then and there and see what it's like. So there's a good idea. I keep a bunch of these around just in case, because you never know what you might need. A bunch of void motes just in case. These are from an expedition. These elixir of quicksilver and glass. I brought them over from an expedition because I just wanted to keep them in my inventory as like a souvenir. So there's that. You know, effigies, a couple other upgrades, some other stuff that I might or might not use one day, but I don't keep a ton of things in here. You see I've got one of the items down below. These are some basic items that are just regular excess materials, as I call it. And then we get to the augments that I've duplicated. If you have already upgraded your exosuit to maximum, there's no use in keeping any exosuit upgrades. Get rid of them. But you'll see I have salvage frigate modules, I got cargo bulkheads, a bunch of multi-tool expansion slots. I just hang on to them because I know I'm going to find something I like and I want to expand on. Going back to the chat, let's see. Let's see. Pirate systems for nanites is much faster, but you need money first. That's correct, Scuba. I agree with that. Just shoot cargo pods in outlaw systems, sell the loot, buy packets, reload the respawn freighters. By the time you're done shooting them, the contraband dealer will have restocked. Good point. That's actually a good plan. Absolutely. But if you go to a 3-star system with a trade outpost, you would get a lot more for selling the pirate goods. Also true. Good advice there. That's Streamlabs. Ryan, good to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. 17 Highline Brains and make 3910. Yeah. The Highline Brains, absolutely. As a matter of fact, if you keep the these bad ones, yeah, they refine real quick and they turn into a good amount of nanites. So that's a good advice as well. Can't stay tonight, but I wanted to say hello. Good to have you here, Tranquilla. Appreciate you being here. Slap the like before you leave, and you're free to go, my dear. And if anyone wants to lurk away. You guys are good there. That's all good. Plenty of seating. Just sit down, enjoy, bring out your favorite snacks. We're all good, people. If you also see, if you get about 6 pirate systems in your teleport list, yeah, there's a good one. You can jump between them and buy all the tech and arms. So what you do is you go to the first one, you go buy all the tech and the arms. You don't worry about the goods, the tech and the arms. Open them all up, sell the goods that come out of it, and any of the upgrades, you go to the other guy and you sell the upgrades for nanites. Then you teleport, use the teleporter there to go to the next pirate system that you had found, and do the same thing. Rinse, repeat, go to the next pirate, next pirate, next pirate. By the time you get to the 6th one, the first one has restocked. So when you teleport back to them, you can just do that. You never have to get in your ship. You're just going point, 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 just teleporting to all these little places. Fabulous idea. I've really loved that. I've done that myself as well. Really good idea. Good evening, Sean Carlton. Good evening to you as well. Thank you very much for being here. All right, so Tranquilla, have a great evening. Thank you very much. All right, see, I'm getting sidetracked, guys. Here we go. Back to the expedition. So I'm not selecting any equipment, but we can just start the expedition. I'm not going to bother putting anything in there. I'll leave it empty, and we're just going to go ahead and accept. Now, it's been a week since it came out, so there's 5 weeks left.
Serious. I am serious.
Amanda Taylor, thank you very much for subscribing. 07 to you. And stop calling me Shirley. Yes, indeed. That's one of my favorites. So the basic point is here is that we're going to go through this slow. We'll take it easy, ask your questions, and we'll talk amongst ourselves about it, and we'll see how it goes. And I almost tried to start a timer that doesn't exist. That's hilarious. That's great. Nighttime. It's amazing. This planet's usually about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It literally has a 160 degree variance in temperature from nighttime to daytime. It's absolutely hilarious. But purple sky, very pretty. So, what do we need? We can get ferrite from the space station. You guys know that. So there's no reason to get any ferrite here. You don't need it. You're not repairing the ship. You're basically leaving this place. What you need to get is 2 things. You need carbon, and you need money. Okay, carbon, we got our trees right here. We're going to grab some carbon. Money, we got plenty of gravitino balls. You guys brought that up last time I was playing. Brilliant idea. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. There's our ship. It's less than 500 away. Magic Cookie's now following. What that means is that they're following me over on Twitch. So I appreciate you being there on Twitch. I'm probably not going to be streaming very often over there, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to grab this oxygen. So I do recommend getting some oxygen. Get about a good amount if you can. Don't go crazy with it, but do get, if you can, about 150, 200 oxygen. You're going to need it. These plants, and you're in normal mode, so you're getting a good amount of oxygen from all the plants that are on the planet. So let's go that way with it. All right, there we go. Don't forget to grab your balls. Okay. Whatever you say. Yes, but you won't be able to transfer it. That Mel would have melted. Can you get a free first freighter in Expedition? You can, but he's absolutely right. Gary Williams is absolutely correct. You cannot transfer that over. Oh, look at you guys. I'll take this guy first. So how much oxygen are we getting from them? About 19? Okay, I'm going to grab the sodium. You don't need sodium in this, but it's a good idea just to drop it in if it's, you know. That guy was a little too close. I'm going to grab that. Look at that. It gave me almost 80 oxygen, so we should have almost 100 by now, right? 115? What more do we need? While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and move some stuff around. There we go. That should do. Put you over here. Multi-tool, you see there's my 4 supercharged slots, so if I'm going to be smart about this, let's stick the bolt caster in there for now, and we'll put the mining laser in as well. Alright, so we're heading, where's the ship at? Over here. I do need some more carbon, so I'm going to have to grab some more of that. And yes, we'll grab as many of the gravitino balls as we can. Look through, look for any of the double stars, 125. Looks like we got one just in front of us, but I'm going to grab some extras. Let me grab the... Whoop, that's not it. I'm going to grab some carbon. Looks like it's almost daytime. It's getting brighter. Yeah, let's grab some... is any of this carbon? No, none of it is? Okay, keep going. Where was that at? Let's grab that one first. And I'm just going to grab some more oxygen from this thing, because this should be about all the oxygen I need. Those little gas pods on them are really, really handy for that. Yep, yeah, absolutely. It is an actually very good thing to get. So obviously we take these and we're going to trigger the Sentinels. Just keep moving. Don't panic. Just keep moving. Look for the next set. It looks like there's a set over there. We got a set over here. I'm just going to go to the next set of gravitino balls and take a walk. Literally, they're searching for me already. They can't even see me at the moment, so you don't have nothing to worry about. Your regular pace, I'm not even running right now. Your regular pace is perfectly fast enough that they won't catch you. It just said detected. It's calling me a liar. There we go. I don't know what caught me, but who knows. I need... And you'll notice it resets every time you get something, so... How much carbon we got? 312. Actually, we got plenty of carbon. I don't think we need any more. There's a couple more gravitino balls on the way. Let's grab those. I think there's some over here, actually. Did I see that right? Yeah, I'm going to grab some more. There we go. Okay, and just shy of the ship, we'll grab one more set. I don't know why, but for some reason these plants like to sit around here. Wow, we got a lot of balls, huh? I mean, gravitino balls is what I meant to say. Yeah, that's it. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're done with that. I don't think we even need any more oxygen, right? 200? Yeah, we're alright. They're still searching. They'll keep searching. The grind in No Man's Sky is my favorite part. In actuality, some of the grinds are actually pretty cool. Some of them get annoying, like when you're doing the base computer missions, you're trying to set up your base and you decide to finish it all out. They got you doing, like, the farmer is annoying. He's like, okay, I need you to get this. And, okay, great. Now I got to go find a planet in the system, get my hazard protection or hazmat gauntlets, and then I can go ahead and get what I need. Annoying as crap. Alright, so, see that buried tech? Get it. But while you're at it, widen this out to its widest setting and make sure you get about at least 50 or so silicate powder. You don't really need 50, you need at least 40, but if you get 50, you're playing it safe. You need 40. Okay, back to our mining beam. Okay. And then you don't have to do this, but don't bother with the ball. It doesn't give you anything anyway. Just go around and pick up all these stuff. You're going to get some interesting things out of it, and some of it might be useful. There we go. Done there. Before you get in the ship, hit the oxygen patch. That will be the last of the oxygen you need. Hey, I got one of those. That's good. What do we get? Look at that. Almost 100 more oxygen. That's great. Repair kit will fix the multi-tool. True. If we need to. I really like your pre-show info. This is why I'm following. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Not really doing a speed run today, because I have decided that until someone gets close, if someone gets within 5 minutes of my speedrun time of 44, so if someone gets to 49 or less, or comes, beats me or something like that, then I'm going to jump back in and I'm going to do a speedrun. Am I doing a couple of runs once in a while on my own? Well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Okay, everything's critically damaged. It's going to go through all this. Let's just get through it all. An unhealthy buzz sounds from the dashboard. The controls yield and smolder under my fingers, melted by the heat of the fire. Yet despite the extensive damage, somehow the communicator is still online. Story of my life. Psst, forgotten me. Psst, forgotten. Psst, us. Psst. station cores, imprint, restore, cookie. Sorry. The signal is so compromised that the message is almost indecipherable. Yet this voice, like this ship, feels impossibly intimately familiar. How interesting, right? Excellent. Okay. So that's it. Line goes quiet of the voice. Only static remains. A packet of data is attached to the transmission. So we received the orbital uplink blueprint. Now, 30 chromatic metal is what it takes to build one of these. I want to be very clear about something. So this is full right now. Notice, if it's working, I can't uninstall it from the ship. But if it's broken, I can uninstall it. Like I can install these because they're broken. See? So I'm going to take that. I don't really need it, but there you are. I can't uninstall these because these are major components of the ship. But the rocket launchers I'll be able to take out. Unless they're fully fixed. So the choice is, do you go find some copper, or do you get rid of your bolt caster? Get rid of the bolt caster. You're going to get a scatter blaster soon anyway. I don't need to have that in the supercharged slot anymore. I'm going to charge it up just in case, but I don't really need it. So what did that give me? That gave me 50 chromatic metal. We also got a couple carbon nanotubes, but I'm finding I didn't need them. So yeah, there's that. Feel free to move some stuff around, make some room for everything that you want to keep. And don't worry about your thermal protection falling. Sooner or later, it will work out. Don't need that. Okay. I think I've got everything I need. That looks fine to me. All right, so we're done here. Now we can make that. Let me go ahead and make that item. So this orbital uplink costs 30 chromatic metal, and the recommendation is get yourself a few of these. Unfortunately, they don't stack. So my suggestion is you build them in your ship, leave about 6 or 7 of them. One for each space station you need to go to. So you got space station 2, 3, 4, 5 that you need to go to, plus pirate station. So that's 5 all total that you'll need. I recommend making a 6th just in case. You may get into a battle or something like that, and you'll need to get out of it. Like if you have to do a double jump somewhere, so you have to jump to a particular system to get the second jump out to the rendezvous location, and you get into a battle and you're just like, oh crap. Just quickly open up, select it, you're at the space station, run to your ship, jump in, gone, and you can hyperspace out of there. Get you out of a rough situation if you need it. So that's an idea. Moving on. Alerts, sorry. All right, so we're done here. So I'm going to go ahead and select it, right? Where did it go? Am I at the space station, or did I make it? I didn't make it yet. There it is. All right. So we're going to go ahead and select it, and we're done with this planet. There's nothing else we need here. You're at the space station. Okay? Now, if you're in the ship, you'll come out, and you won't have a third-person view. So a lot of people suggest to me exit the ship first before you do it. A second thing I found, guys, if you are sitting in a ship, okay, your Corvette, like when you hit one of these teleporters and you hit it while you're still sitting in the ship, you will come out of this area in a sitting position. And you can still move around and run and everything like that, but he's just like he's in a wheelchair, an invisible wheelchair the whole way. It's really, really strange. Just keep that in mind. What does Stardust to say? I get the biggest chuckle. How many of us completely avoid gravity balls because of our first experience with them? Yeah, Hello Games has been a nice sense of humor as usual. Absolutely. I fully agree with you there, just like Scuba Steve does. When I was new, I avoided any planet that required hazard protection because the opening made me so scared about it. Now, you know how I am about Sentinels and how they attract the Sentinels and stuff like that. And now I fight them every chance I get because I have fun doing it. My very first experience with No Man's Sky, I popped up on the planet, I had my ship, and I honestly didn't know what to do. I was in creative mode and I'm moving around a little bit like, forget it. A couple months later, I come back, I restart the game because I understood, oh, you have to do it normal mode, and I realized I could change it over. So I started again. I got my new ship, I'm repairing it and everything like that. Literally, right next door to me, on the other side of a little mound of hill, was another crashed ship. Like, never happened before. All right, never seen that happen again since. But up on the hill above us was a factory, and there was some Sentinels floating around, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting everything repaired. I'm like, hey, I can go ahead and get some good stuff from these guys. I shoot one, it breaks, I get the glass from it. Oh, this is awesome. I fight the next wave. I get to the third wave, and now there's this quad, and it was pissing me off. I could not beat this thing because they kept healing it faster than I could beat it. So I started learning some techniques. All right, got that done. This is back before you had the mech that would walk around, okay? So we got to the 4th phase, and it was just the same, quad again, no problem, a couple extra more sentinels. I got through it and like, oh, this is great. When that 2-legged walker dropped down for the first time, and I'd never seen one before, I absolutely just about crapped in my cornflakes. I took off. I just started running, and guess what? You know as well as I do, those guys can keep up. I freaked out. I pulled out my terrain manipulator and I dug myself a hole to like the center of the planet. I thought I was going to come out the other side. I was digging so far, and that thing would not go away. It wouldn't go away, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was one of those glitches where the counter wouldn't come up and it wouldn't start counting down. It freaked me out so bad. I ended up logging out of the game. When I came back, the walker was still there. All the aggro was gone, but it was just kind of parked and shoved down. And I came out and it stood up and looked at me, and I'm like, oh crap. And that was the second defecation of my pants. And then I realized it wasn't going to attack me, so I went cleaned up, came back, and I went onto my ship and continued on. So I wanted to share that. Absolutely the most hilarious thing that happened to me in a long time. And if you've seen any of the previous expeditions we've been on where we've had to fight a lot of sentinels, doesn't bother me at all anymore. Doesn't bother me at all. On my second run, I spent almost an hour on the gathering Corvette parts when I want to build, and I had almost 50 different parts. Yeah. On that run that you saw me do on the video on Monday night, Tuesday, and everything like that, like I said, I built out a ship that had 96 parts on it that I had gathered up. So, yeah, it's fun. All right, so now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our Link to the Stars reward. That's giving us our Corvette parts that we're starting out with. We're going to go into the terminal here, and I'm going to sell, not the cockpit. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and look for the Gravitino balls. There you are. So we got 1.4 million of them, plus the salvage data. You don't need that either. So we're ending up with 1.6 million. So we got 3.5 stacks. That's pretty freaking good, man. That's not bad at all. So your Twitch and YouTube are synced. Yes, they are. I shouldn't be streaming on Twitch right now. It doesn't show I'm streaming. I hope it isn't. If it is, I'm really kind of weird. Is Twitch streaming? No, it shouldn't be. No. Better not be. If it is, I'd be very, very shocked. That was the second defecation of my... Need to hear when joining the stream. Thank you very much for being here, Sin. Lord of Sin. S-Y-N, that is, ladies and gentlemen. Good to have you here, my friend. Always a pleasure. Congratulations on your channel really is going nuts over there. It's really a great thing. And for anybody who isn't following him, you see there's his link to his channel there. Guys, check him out. He's a variety streamer. He'll stream everything. He'll stream No Man's Sky. He does some nice, like cities. I know this one. Hold on. City Skylines, is that what it is? I love that game. I actually bought it myself just because of watching you. I actually got it. Haven't tinkered around too much with it, but it's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. Carbon Base, grab your limited edition Elon signed adult pull-ups. It's got my symbol on the front of them too, yeah. That's great. Or maybe it should be on the back, I don't know. Yeah, I too forever gathered parts, but then still only had one of everything. Yeah, go figure, right? I'm watching you on both. Really? Okay, well, I'm curious now. You got me curious. I'm going to jump over on Twitch. It shouldn't be streaming over there. I didn't know I was. No, it doesn't say I'm actually doing anything right now, according to this. That's weird. Oh, cut that out. Back to the channel. Yeah, my channel does not show me having any videos right now. Last live was on September 3rd, it says on here. Unless you just happen to be watching me over there, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Oh, okay. Steve finally saw my message. Captain Steve finally saw my message about this, about the gun. So to undo that. But good to have you here. Sin is going nuts. Sin, what are you doing to the thing? Oops, I'm wrong. It's not on Twitch. Well, I'd like to know where else I am. I'm pretty sure I'm in my chair right now in my living room, but that's okay. You keep going. Appreciate you, Amanda. Thank you very much for. Hey, you're allowed to drive me crazy. It's all good. Everybody does. I drive myself crazy. Glad you bought it due to my coverage. It's a good comfort game. It is. It seems to be a lot of fun. Good to have you here, Scott. Thank you very much for joining us. Scott, rinse, repeat. Appreciate it. Buddy wipes. I apologize. I was watching you on the other play. The other play was on. Oh, I got you. No, that's cool. That's cool. Don't worry about it. Don't apologize, please. That's all good. That's all good. I have not yet begun to go crazy. No, crazy? I was crazy once. Let's not get started on that. All right, so we're done here. Like I said, this is not a fast run. So a couple things we can do here. We got to build the Corvette. There's really not much else to do in the station here at all. So you might as well just go ahead and build your Corvette and skedoodle. We do have to trade with some of the guys that fly in here, so hopefully we haven't missed them all. But create a new Corvette. And we're going to do everything like everybody does. We got to put the landing gear down. I'm going to go... No, that's not going to work. It has to be one in front of the other. There we go. Okay, so we got a hab. We can't put the cockpit anywhere else but on the front of the ship. The Medusa-class reactor... I'm kidding. You can't really do that. I don't think that would work anyway. Let's put the photon cannons behind it. I'm just curious how that would work out. And the sublight thrusters, we're going to put towards... I usually put them all the way in the back. I'm going to put them in the front today just to make it look different. Look like it has a pair of fists instead. And then we're going to put in the landing bay. Of course, we can't really put it anywhere else but there. Okay. And what does that do for the ship? Absolutely nothing. All right, looks awful. That's what we got to do. Yeah, I could get the free suit slot Starduster, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Did you start from an old save? Rick says, and good to have you here, Rick. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, I did. I'm starting from my main save. I did start from another main save, and it worked out okay, so I'm going to go with the whole flow of things. I didn't copy anything over. We're not bringing anything over from the old save. So, there is that. Codex Terminal. Lordy Lord, back to space for this guy. Let's build some rocket ships. Indeed. All right, we're going to compare it. We're going to swap with the current ship because we can't do anything with it anyway. And we have ourselves a ship. Now, anybody else want to land here, or are we just going to have to wing it? And I'd really rather not wing it because part of getting things done requires us to trade with the pilots that are coming in here. So, I'm going to go into the ship. We're going to sit down and we're going to get back up again. There is one thing we need to do while we're here. I forgot about this. The next option is to go ahead and put your mission radar. You do have it in your inventory already. There's no reason to keep it. Just put it in there. Mission complete. There, you got all the little things. Go into the delete menu and just immediately delete it back out. You get the product from it and everything like that. You can't really build any of these just yet. You could if you wanted to, but there's no reason to. And the second thing you want to do, and I still don't see any ships landing, is get a picture of the ship while you're here. There we go. And there you go. You've just completed 2 more milestones. You got 3 milestones completed at the very, very start of all this. Go ahead and gather them up. This one gives you the other gun, which is the scatter blaster with a bunch of upgrades, including more ammunition. You're going to need it. And there's your living pearls, albumin pearls, and then gravitino balls. The living pearls you can refine into gold. Okay, that's like 100 gold each. So if you want to, you can do that. I would say refine 3 of them. I'm going to go ahead and install my scatter blaster. Let's see how much damage this sucker's going to put out. The problem is that I need this one. I got to sell it, unfortunately, because our hyperdrive and our ship is not going to get us where we need to go. So there is that. I still don't see any ships coming in, so we may have to do a quick save and reload and get some pilots to show up. That does happen, and it is a glitch. So let's go ahead and do that. You know what? Since I have the opportunity, let's sell that upgrade. So that upgrade, when we sell, it'll give us our starting nanites for the game. It's good to keep it, but that's okay. You don't have to. Hey, Damien Fishpool, good to have you here. Thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate you being here, friend. All right, we're going to sell that. Okay, I'd love to keep it. You can get another S-Class one at the next space station when you get your nanites back, but, you know, for now, you need a C-Class hyperdrive and a B-Class hyperdrive. It's the only ones you're going to find here. There are no A-Class or S-Class in here. So, grab them. Put them in your ship. There we go. So I'm going to... Is there any supercharged slots in here? There is one right here. We're going to use that if we can. So I'm going to stick... The Medusa and the cockpit go together. I don't know what they do except a little more maneuverability. The landing gear, don't put it anywhere near supercharged slots, please. Kind of dumb. We do need to repair this, which is one reason why we're waiting on everybody to show up, the pilots. And the gun goes by the other gun. This goes by the pulse drive. And where's our hyperdrive? Hyperdrive goes over here. So when we install these, where'd it go? What is this giving us? I didn't think. 130 light years. All right, we'll put that in there. And we'll put this in here too. So 365 light years thus far. It's not bad. Not bad, but the hyperdrive ain't working. So that's the reason why we need all these ships that aren't showing up. All right, let's go do a save point real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get that done. Is PvP... Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Is my PvP turned off? I know that my network is turned off, so multiplayer is off right now, but you should turn off PvP at the very start if you can. Can join my group. I'm going to put it down to friends only for now. All right. Good call. Thank you very much for the reminder. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that. All right. So just going to get into the ship real quick and back out, and that gives us a restore point. So let's go ahead and reload. Definitely not going to be a record run. Not worried about that. Like I said, we're just taking it easy. People ask questions and we'll talk. And we're back. Okay. Put you outside the ship, but that's okay. So I've got these right now. I do need some stuff. And we're going to tell you what stuff. See, we do have one of the microprocessors, but you do need 3 more of those. We do have a little bit of gold. You need quite a bit more. So let's get up here, wait for a ship to show up. Watch the doorway down there, and we'll see who shows up. Now, as of last week, the ship that we were looking for was a shuttle, and it looked like kind of a flattened sides to it at this point. I think 2 or 3 engines in the back. Once a week, they kind of change up the ships that land here a little bit and what kind of loadouts they have. So every week, we got to come in here and rediscover who we're going to find. So we're going to check every ship that comes in. Today, we'll check the Explorer first, and we'll see what we got. Oh man, I'm trying out the new system for getting glyphs quickly, and it rocks. It is a good way of doing that. I have found that. It is good if you have that one planet that has everything on it. Offer to trade. So, what do we need? We need 1 metal plate. You need 3 microprocessors. Okay. You need all the ferrite dust you can get from 1 person. You don't need any more after this. You do kind of actually need more, and I'll explain why. This guy has Aronium, which will give us silver, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to grab it. You can get, hold on. I think it's 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. I need more of that. I need like 5 to get what I need. So I'm going to get that. And he doesn't have really anything else I need. So that was good. So here's one of the shuttles I was talking about. Let's see what this guy's got. You need 150. You need a lot more silver than that. Trust me. I'll show you what. We plant gravitino balls, and you need all the sugar, silver you can get. Let's get 1 more of these, because we're going to make some magnetized ferrite, pardon me. So this guy's the guy we're looking for. He has our chromatic metal. I like to get a little bit of dioxide in case I need it early on. Just, get about 70, that's fine. He has nothing else I need, I don't think. I don't need the paraffinium or anything like that. So, exit. Who else we got? And I do need some more chromatic metal, so we're going to try to grab some more. We have an Explorer here, but it's a different Explorer class, so let me check it out. Just in case. He might have the same stuff. Magna Gold. And that'll give us gold as well. He did have chromatic metal, so I'll go ahead and grab it. Yeah, there's nothing else here, and I'm not worried about his Magna Gold. Looks like we got everything we need, actually. Let me go check out the main terminal. I don't think we need him. We got everything. So we're going to turn that into silver, and we're going to turn the other stuff into gold, the pearls. No, I don't think we need anything else. I think I'm done here. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Let me just go hit the terminal up here, because the terminal reminds me what I needed. Dragon Man, good to have you here, man. Thanks for joining us. And that is Ramy MJ. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Peronium, 150 peronium? Really, that much? Okay, good. So I usually get the ferrite dust from here, which I'm not getting this time. Here's the dirty bronze. That's when I get 5 of them. I like to get a couple of hydrogen jellies, but I'm finding that I'm not using them by the time I'm done. And if you want to get a wiring loom, you can. Usually you can uninstall something for a wiring loom if you're really, really desperate for one. But I don't think I need anything else, so I'm going to hold off on getting anything. And we're going to continue on. I think we're done. So the reason for the extra chromatic metal is a couple different reasons, actually. One of them is so that in the starship I can make more of these. See, now I can't really click on it. It's just going to bring me back to the station, but I can tell it how many I want. You see, it takes chromatic metal to build all these. So I'm going to get the 6 I need. There we go. They take up space. Keep that in mind. We're going to move over into the inventory stuff that we just don't really need to carry on us right now. We'll keep that on us. We don't really need these. We could have sold them. It's no big deal. Whatever. We'll keep that for now. And we're going to use the plate right now anyway, so let's get that started. The plate is for your refiner. You could build a refiner wall in this, but it's really not needed. You just need a single refiner. Just go ahead and drop it down someplace where it'll stay out of the way. And keep in mind that if you go to hyperspace, there's a good chance you're going to lose everything in here, so don't. Yeah, you get 500 gold out of it. It's not really a big deal. I'm going to put it in my starship. And what else can we do in here? Oh, the uranium, right. And there it is, 1,250 silver. You really only need, I think it's 950 or something like that. It's some ridiculously 960 I think you need. I get the extra just in case. I found that I have needed it on occasion. So, over into my ship. All right. So that should do it, right? So got everything moved over? Yes, we do. Okay, life support. Let me just throw some dioxide in there. Starship is rearranged. We haven't fixed this yet, but guess what? We got everything we need to fix it, so let's just do it real quick. All right. And what's our hyperdrive rank? 368 right now. Let me just move it down. 373. All right, so it's good to leave it in that arrangement. And we can only put one more upgrade in here, so it's got the room it needs. I like to leave 4 slots open in here for when I get the cyclotron, so we'll get that later on. I found it's very handy against Sentinels. So, all right, I think we're no reason not to grab extra stuff. Yeah, but you know, I know that's kind of creeping out Demager right now. Demager, Mr. Broad, and Sonalita usually yell at me for grabbing extra. So it's not really costing me anything. I got still 1.2 million credits, and I'm honestly never going to use it all. We're not really buying a whole lot of anything at this point. So there's a good chance, like you see in here, I've got 23% left. It's going to be zeroed out by the time I'm getting where I'm going. So we're going to do a couple new things here. So when we go in here, phase 1, we have to excavate 5 Corvette modules. We're going to do that here. We have to engage the autopilot for 30 seconds. We're going to do that here. Don't worry about these two. We'll get to these later. As far as warping to a new system and fighting some Sentinels, we're going to be doing that later. The other thing we're going to do is drift among the stars. We're going to do that after we do the engage the hyperdrive, and we're also going to shut down the Sentinels. So I go to a new planet now. I don't go to any icy worlds because they piss me off. Just to say, on speedrun, sure, but slow run, just grab stuff. Yeah, I know, but we're just really doing this more of an educational adventure here, Scuba. I started on dropping 10 carbon in the portable refiner on board. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not too worried about it. I don't use a lot of carbon, so kind of like the engine arrangement. I think that's a little better. I'm shooting through my reactor. All right, we're going to head towards this planet. So you see where it points at right there? We're going to be heading just a little bit south. Now, my suggestion is whenever you're aiming, go into first person on a Corvette. It doesn't seem to aim well. We're going to aim in that direction, but I'm not heading there just yet. We're going to do... Okay, that's on 7. I'm going to set that to 3. We're going to do the autopilot. Maintain current flight path. And our timer has started. Now, this is a good time. If you're doing a speed run, it's a good time to get everything reorganized, rearranged, get your achievements that you need to get, things like that. Let me move that down here. I'm just going to get it out of the way. Yeah, it should work. put that there. All right, we're good. So, and just make sure you have everything arranged. It takes 30 seconds. You might as well use it. Using the desert planet with scrap. Yes, I am, actually. That's a good point. We can go in here and check it. In the discoveries, we have this planet right here called Maiba. Maiba. It has salvageable scrap, and you'll notice it says copper, not activated copper. That's good. That means we have no bad storms here. It is easy to find everything here. It does have aggressive sentinels. You'll have to deal with that. Not really, and I'll show you why. So there's nothing else we need from this planet except that we have to shut down the sentinels. There's my 30 seconds. Open hatch. Jump out into the space. And then find your ship again. Where'd it go? There you are. And float your way back to it. Now, while you're floating your way back to it, get your cruising, which gives you your pre-packaged cyclotron. But it's going to go into your main inventory, so please move it over to your ship before you start installing. Just makes it easier. There we go. And that's all installed. By the time you're done and you get back to your ship, your 30 seconds should have expired. There it is. Land, walk in, close the back door, and get into your cockpit. Okay, there we go. Bless you. Thank you, Sin. That's the one I use too. Yes, Dragonman, it is a much easier planet. I agree with you wholeheartedly. So you see, like, I got my cursor over here. I want to aim right about there. So just south of where it's pointing, just south and east of where you're pointing, not to the save beacon. Hopefully it doesn't get, yeah, it's pulling me into the save beacon, unfortunately, and I don't seem to have a choice in the matter. But we're going to a coordinate of negative 1.79, positive 135.71. And as you might imagine, Paul is very particular about trying to get rid of RNG. I don't like random numbers to be involved in my speedruns. Let me just wait for that screen to clear up on the left. There we go. All right, let's get in the atmosphere. And where are we? Okay, we're at positive 2. That's because of that stupid star that was there. So we're going to head in this direction, I think. Will it drop? Pay attention to your numbers. So I want the left number to drop down into the negatives, and the right number can climb ever so slightly, but I think it's climbing a little too much. Let me see about going this way. It's climbing more. Okay, so we want to go that way. Just a little bit towards that direction, you'll see that the number on the right starts dropping. The 136, 47, 46, it's dropping ever slightly. So I needed to drop about not quite 1. While the other one is dropping much faster, I needed to go down to negative 179. So let's get over there. And you notice there's no storms? No storms. It's very nice. A little bit more to the right. A little more to the right. A little more to the right. Okay, a little too far. Should be over here. So I'm going to go west. And it's almost where we need to be. Okay, there we go. So if we go back out to third person, just look below you, and you should soon see... Am I too high? I think I'm too high. There it is. Is that it? 135, what did I say? 71 and 179. I should be right over it. Let me take another look. Can't be. No, that's not it either. It does say negative, right? Negative 179, positive 135.71. Do I have those numbers right? I do. It should be right here. Literally, I should be right over it. There should be a Sentinel pillar right here. Alright, let me do something real quick. They couldn't have moved it, could they? From one to the next? Alright, let's go back the other way, because we should have passed it up. And I might be looking right at it, and I apologize if I am and not seeing it. I think it's right there, but... No, for crying out loud, it is right there. I was literally sitting probably right over it. So here's my Sentinel hive. Pillar, whatever. And I'm actually looking in the right direction. So let me see. Oh, right, I'm not landing. Not landing. Not landing. Get out of your chair, Paul. There we go. You always remember to do that. Try to hover as much as possible. Yeah, beam down. There you go. All right. Found pillars all over the place. Yes. When you said the planet name, I thought you had a stroke for a second. Well, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I probably did. I love this expedition crazy. You have aggressive sentinels and dissonant systems everywhere, but heaps of fun. I agree, Damien. I agree. Damien, thank you very much for being here, too. I appreciate you. 7, I hope you're all having a happy, safe eating and expedition, you sexy interlopers and travelers. Well, Sin, thank you very much for being here. Good luck, have fun. That means he's leaving. Thank you very much for being here, Sin. I always appreciate you, my friend. And, well, Pothead, FPV, very soon. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us. Map your get out of seat to a hotkey. Yeah. I'm using 3 for mine, because I use 1 for switching back and forth on the ship, and 2 for person view, if you will. So I figured 3 would be most appropriate. You notice that while you're here, these aggressive sentinels won't attack you. Dude gliding. Awesome. Look at him glide. He's put rollers on his feet. That's hilarious. I'm loving this. Alright, enough. They won't attack because they are present here already. You'd have to be found by wild sentinels, if you will. So just go here and shut them down. Delta Creator, good to have you here, dear. Thank you very much for being here, Delta Mom. Shut down Sentinel forces. Don't bother with the multi-tool here, it sucks. There's not even anything usable in it that you can get. Alright, so that's it. Exit, you're done. So, guess what? Another milestone. And guess what else? You don't have them bothering you while you're collecting Corvette parts. Yay! And you can get these things while you're here. You know, it's a good time to check out our scatter blaster. Nice. Grab this. Is there any upgrades we can pick up on the way? And if you're having trouble finding them, just look through your scanner and look for the little gear mechanism like that. It'll tell you combat supplies. That's what you're looking for. So this is from the mech. And there should be at least one more normally. You see this, like, you can see by the yellow symbols here, there are tons of Corvette scrap around here. Let's see. You know, oh, wait. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. He was up towards the cave. It does change. It does change. It's good to have you here. Thank you very much for being here, Delta Creator. He taught Nancy Kerrigan everything he knows. Leave him alone. He's fabulous. Yeah. Nancy Kerrigan. Wow, that's a name I hadn't heard in a while. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. All right, we're going to go back aboard the ship. All right, so what do we got? Got a nice upgrade for our suit here. Let's put that in. Yep, great dirty bronze. We got a weapons shard. The weapons shard only helps if you have a bowcaster, so don't bother. But you can hang on to it if you want to, and you can sell it later on. I don't care about the force field. It's annoying to me that I even have it. All right, these are all sellable items right in here. We don't need anything else, okay? So, moving on. All right, do we get all of our... Oh, we got to get this. You can get the Wheel of Herc if you want. I'm not going to get the... and have them gum... Not going to get the fireworks and have them gum up my inventory. We're going to leave that out. Since I played, I remember being able to trade higher class multi-tools without having to pay. Yeah, I know. They do weird things with that now. All right, so we're going to go back to the cockpit real quick, and we're going to... Oh, we're going to exit the cockpit real quick. No, not that. 3. There we go. Right button. And look through. So don't worry about the metal fingers. We don't need that. There is... salvage container over there at 1,000. I'm looking just in front of me right now. We're going to go for the one that's 200. I got to move forward or else it wants me to get in my seat. And we're going to get that one. Now, my suggestion is you need to get 5 items, right? 5 distinct items. My suggestion would be Keep shooting until you get 2 things. Okay, you need shields, which we didn't get here. We just got external platings and stuff like that in this radar dome. You need shields and you need an engine. You need 1 shield at the very least and at least 1 more engine. So I'm going to take those parts over there. I think this is the direction I needed to face, but if not, we'll come back to the Sentinel. Because the parts seem to stay the same. I tried reloading one time and tried shooting the same locations, and I got the same parts. Got the Speedbird in a cell, and a Sentinel boundary map that we no longer need. That is hilarious. So yeah, I think they might have changed it a little bit, because that's usually the one I got the stuff from. So I'm guessing I'm going in the wrong way. Alright, let's go back for a second. You can buy the reactors if you have the money, and I happen to have the money to do that, which is fine. But the point is that, let's say you weren't going to get the money. What would you do? So I would normally land from this direction. Let me see what I pull up here. There we go. I would have landed in this direction had I found it the proper way. So let me go over here and hit this one up. I want to say these are the 2. There we go. You see what I got? Oh, I didn't even get it all. There we go. Alright, so we got an engine, so that's first thing. And we got this guy here. Now, if we do it again, one more time, won't let me out of my, I'm too low to the ground. There we go. Woo! Bucking like a, yeah, Bronco there. There should be one more. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. And it will have a set of shields in it. So let me see what we got. No, it's the same pillar. That was the same pillar, Dragon Man. I was just going back to the same location. Nope, didn't have it. Got some nice wing modules, though. That's nice. And something we can sell, so I'll put that over in my other inventory. And we got another Titan class HAB, too, as well, so that's pretty good. I'll take another look. Why not? So if you want to just take a couple extra looks, go right ahead and see what you can find, because the extra parts will help you in the end. There's one literally right in front of me. Come on, move forward. There we go. Alright. I just have to highlight it so I can see it, you know, when I'm in this position. Oh. Oh, you know what? That one's underground. Can't get that one. Alright. I can get out of the ship and get it, but it's not, if it's the one I think it is, it's not really worth it. That might be it. I want to find the other one. I just want to get the extra shield, because the shields you can trade for. And trading is just such a pain in the butt to do when you're in a speedrun type situation, when you're trying to complete something a little faster. Light scaffold. I think this is the one. Ambassador class cockpit. No, it wasn't, but I got some good stuff out of it. Man, it gave me a lot of stuff out of that one. What did we get? This is worth something. There's our Ambassador class cockpit. There's our HAB, which we're going to keep. This isn't really worth it. Did something happen? Uh-oh. We might have crashed, guys. No, it's working now. That was weird. My cursor wouldn't move anywhere. That's very strange. Yeah, none of these are really helping me, and I'm not getting a shield like I was hoping. It's the shield I'm really after, and if your inventory is full, it will not put it in your personal inventory, I've noticed. Let's go to that one. They give you usually one less engine than you need, and that's the problem here. I don't need that. I'm going to get rid of that. I just want to make sure I have enough inventory space. Get rid of a couple things. There we go. Alright, that should be enough. One last one. If we don't get the shields, we'll just move on. But I could swear one of these had shields in it. Heavy booster. More engines. So I got more engines than I know what to do with now. More engines. See? Unbelievable. Alright. Yeah, I guess the shields. And you know what? That's the one I remember now that I think about it. So maybe it's this one. I'm going to check anyway. Let's delete just a couple of items in my inventory. Real quick. We don't need the cowlings. Yeah, let's get rid of that too. Alright, that's good. Let me just try one more time, because I think I remember that one now. So maybe this was the direction I needed to go in. If I could narrow that down perfectly, another heavy booster. And a reactor. We just got two reactors out of that. Holy crap. This is almost like definitely worth it. I don't need these. We're going to get rid of them. That's awesome. We can complete a whole bunch of different milestones right now because of this. This is really wild. And a broken freighter. That might be a good point. Go find the broken freighter. And go in that direction, my son. Fly in the direction of the broken freighter, my son, and be rich beyond your wildest dreams. Alright, yeah, I'm not finding anything. Alright, so we'll just call it. We'll leave here. That wasn't bad, though. That wasn't bad. Yeah, I mean, the shield you have to trade for. You can't actually buy one. You'll have to trade for it, but I got enough parts now to trade forever. So we're good. All right. Oh, wait a minute. One last thing. I almost forgot. Hold on. Not the Corvette window modules. Did we get another reward someplace? No, we don't do that here. I was thinking of the echolocator. That's on the dissonant planet. So we used to do that here at the frozen world, but we don't need to do that anymore. So we're ready to go. So we're going to exit the system. There's nothing more to do here. We just got to leave. And we're going to go to this system. So we're going to our first rendezvous. We're not going to go to the space station yet. We're going to start attacking the asteroids. But at the same time, we're going to get attacked by Sentinels. That's where we're going to get our 3 Sentinel ships from. My suggestion is do this. As soon as you exit, get rid of that. Go into your escape menu and find the asteroids. Let me see here. Where are they? Right there. And keep them on your screen. Just start shooting. And just keep going until they show up. They're going to show up one at a time for the first 2 waves. But this way, you're all set. And as soon as they appear, change direction, shoot them with your cyclotron, and then finish them off with your photon cannons. And it's the easiest way to take them out. Switch back to the cyclotrons, and you just start taking out more of these. You see? I'm up to almost 20. Try to shoot for the smaller ones. They break faster. Okay. And we'll chase after this guy for a moment. See? And it just kind of knocks them for a loop. So in a moment, see, 31, 32, 33. By the time you fight all 3 of these, you've got all your... You've got all of it. Let me see, what are we up to? I need 3 more. I think that should do it. That should do it. And we just need to fight one of these guys. Now, are they coming out in triples or 4s by now? I'm going to hit him a couple more times because the shield's regenerated, and we'll take him out with our guns. And as soon as he's gone, find your space station. Looks like... And you see we got the 40. I don't know where my space station is. I thought it was over here. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? There it is. Now, they're not gone. Oh, good. Now my pulse drive worked. And we're done. In we go. And even if they're still attacking you by now and you had to go there the hard way, you're done. You're in. It's all set. So while you're coming in here, is there anything you need? I don't really need my Windows packaging. Inventory slots are handy. Life support gels, I need both of those. And I need the band hyperdrive upgrade. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's do the bend. Oh, I have one of those too. Cool. Where did that come from? Can you get hyaline brains from those guys now? Or from the asteroid field? I learned something new today. That is absolutely fabulous. Isn't that something? I've never seen that before. That's new. Cool. So you can get it from the Sentinel ships. I bet you anything it was from blowing up Sentinel ship. Yeah, exactly it. All right. So what does this give me? Let me check. Only gives me warp efficiency. So that is absolutely useless to me and is not going to help me in this run whatsoever. Granted, we want warp efficiency, and it would be great if we had it, but I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to uninstall that. That's going to give us a wiring loom, by the way, and a little more chromatic metal. I'm going to put that over there. All right. So out we go. Is there any other rewards we need? That is definitely a must. This gives you microprocessors, your hermetic seals, which you do need one of those. Hydraulic wiring, not so much. Amino chambers, not so much. Ion batteries are very handy. So I'll put them in my person and keep them here for me to use. There's my batteries. I'm going to put them down below. The rest of the stuff is not really necessary. Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay. I'm going to put it all over here or something. No? Okay. Oh, we're good. Yeah, the other ones are in there. Never mind. Microprocessors is what I'm thinking. All right, so our main purpose here is to go to the terminal up above. Now we have two purposes. If that X-Class hyperdrive upgrade would have been good, we wouldn't have had to visit this guy, but unfortunately we had to visit this guy. Jagaman, thank you very much. Have a great evening. Thank you very much for being here. 07 to you. Appreciate you. Adventure, good to have you here, by the way. Thank you very much for being the one that said the brain was from the Sentinel ship. Appreciate you, man. If you need nanites, you can refine the brain. Yes, but I'm not going to need them. That is correct. All right. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Purchase upgrade modules. This guy will only have a C-class hyperdrive. He will not have anything else other than that. But you got to get something. So just get that for now, and you'll be fine for the time being. Let me go ahead and install it. That was a lot. 73 light years. That's not terrible. 70 and 73. And that's still at 162. I really would like to see this around 650, but we won't get an A-class one until the next location. So our main purpose, hit your station core, go through the storyline, Atlas Aeron surveillance link, uplink, glass, anomaly definition, data lost, directive suppress anomalies, directive cleanse anomalies, directive target anomalies. We imprint the purple into the iteration signature, pardon me. Imprinting, Traveler ElanPaul. Anomaly definition 100% restored. Now that means that we should get our optional milestone, but for some reason it isn't working. So that may be something they have to put in there. So that's done. You do want to claim it. This is it, resist 1. I'm sorry, I take that back. You don't have to claim it unless you really want to put the Corvette hull modules in your inventory. It takes up space. Don't claim them right now. Hang on to that. Do that later. You can get this. It just that stuff for your, these are posters and stuff. They're cosmetic and they'll just go into your into the cloud, if you will. Okay, heavyweight. The wing modules pack, which is not very important, but the starship inventory slots are. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. And we're going to put them up here because this is really where we need them most. We don't really need them down below. Delta Creator, thank you very much, dear. 07 to you for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate loving my streams and videos too. Thank you very much, dear. Appreciate you. Hopefully the family's doing well. Hopefully the grandkids are doing well. I know Delta really appreciates you. He's always talking very highly about you. If you guys don't like carrying around your Corvette parts, you can go ahead and put them in here. You can do it that way, or you just hit the X button and you can drop them in. I'm going to go ahead and put them in here for now. I'm not worried about losing them because I don't expect to be leaving the game. But you know what? Because we got all this stuff, we can go ahead and do some of this stuff right now if we wanted to. We could put in the hab, which we didn't get more than one. If we had a second hab, it would have been worthwhile. But because we only have one, not really. It's not important. One thing you do need to make at some point is you need to make some antimatter. The one thing I forgot to pick up is condensed carbon. You need 2 to 3 of the warp cores. Warp cells. Warp cells, that's what I was about trying to say. So make sure, I usually make 3 to play it safe. So I'll need, how much is it? 60 condensed carbon, so 120 carbon we'll have to convert. How much carbon we got now? We got plenty. Got plenty. So let's go ahead and just do that. So I could build this out, put all the engines all over it, but I'm going to hold off on that right now. Jumping in here. Just need a little bit. Let's see. Carbon, carbon, carbon. There you are. I need 120. And I'm very careful about how much I'm putting in here now because I can't, if I do that and I start it, watch what happens. It bops it back up to 59 again, whether I like it or not. So just be careful about what you put in there. You can't adjust it anymore. It'll either make it all or it's going to, you know, not, as the case may be. So you do need 60. So I forgot to get that on the starter planet. It is what it is. Fortunately, you have enough to get what you need. So now that we got it, let's make our antimatter. 1, 2, 3. Put that down. Put that cookie down, or so help me. All right, there we go. And I'm not going to put it in yet. We might need 2 to put in here later, especially if we can't get any efficiency additions to it. If we don't, we'll end up using it all up before we can get to 5. So there is that. Anyway, we got everything we need. Keep going. So we're done here. There's literally nothing else to do with this station or in this system. Just move on to the next system. Now let's go. All right, there we go. So again, nothing else to do. We could hit the dissonant planet. We could do some stuff here. We're going to be hitting one later on, so let's not worry about it. You know, the funny part is that we have to hit a lush planet, and I don't think they have any lush planets in this system. Hymal, which is cold, blighted, definitely not lush. Selenium, that's hot. Hexagonal, that's just an anomaly. There's cold planet again, and an unstable planet. So none of these are lush. So doing anything here is just worthless at this point. So just keep going. Now, I did forget to do one thing, and you're going to see it here. We're going to go out to number 2. Where'd you go? You're all the way. There you go. We have just enough to get here. Just enough. Whew, that was close. I think we had like 447 light years is what we could do. When we get here, we're going to use the teleporter unit that I should have used in the other system. So when you're done fighting the Sentinels and you're shooting the asteroids and everything like that, you're in the midst of a battle, go in your inventory and hit it. But get out of your seat. Actually, I'm going to show you what happens if you don't do that. So we're here. I could just fly there right now, but the fastest way to get there is use one of these. Really? Why didn't that work? Cannot activate uplink. Starship interference detected. Hold on a second. Let me see what happens. Hold on. Oh, it won't let you do it while you're sitting anymore. They fixed it in the 604 patch. Fabulous. I was wondering if they were going to fix that. So you have to stand up anyway to do it. Good. Well, there you go. So now we're at the station. Nothing to do at the terminal just this point, but we just need to go upstairs. Now this is Rendezvous 2, or Station 2 if you will. Hit the Starship Research dude and check out his items. There it is, A-Class Hyperdrive. Now hopefully, if you're fortunate, it'll be a pretty decent upgrade and you'll get what you need. Let me see what we got. Warp efficiency and 166 light years. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to get rid of the lower one, which is this one. This one had 135? 130. And with efficiency, it ought to help. So this has got me up to 586. It isn't the 600 I'm looking for. There's not much I can do about that. So we're going to have to, you know, suffer, if you will. I don't think they have any B or A class, B or C class. Well, they do have C class. They all have C class hyperdrive upgrades. But I don't think they had a B class in here. Yeah, I didn't think so. Reloading is an option if you want to try to get another one. And I could try getting one of these and just see what happens. Maybe we'll get fortunate and it'll be more than 70. 53. Yeah, got nothing out of it. So I'm just going to uninstall it. All right, well, worth a shot. So we're not going to be able to make that one big jump to the next to that one rendezvous. So, you know, we'll have to chance it. All right, so giving us the same information. I'm not going to read it. We're going to imprint. 100% restored. We get it. This one we have to take. So we have to take the reward for it. Phase 2, resist 2. We get our habitation to habs. That's what we get. Now, because I have an extra hab, I'm probably going to go ahead and use it just because. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and start readjusting our Corvette. We're going to modify it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm getting rid of the engines just because it gives me some room to play. I now have an Ambassador class hab, a full-size one, so I'm going to put that right next to it. But because I happen to have a Titan class one, I'm going to put it on here too. Now, because we're going to need room later, I'm going to add in, for engines, I'm going to add in a few of these. Let's just go with the Titan class for now. We can put one more in here, but I'm going to hold off on that. Actually, I know exactly where to put it. Ah, crap. That's what I was trying to do. There we go. It took away my Titan class hab. Crap. That's not the one I wanted. I'll get it right. There we go. Thunderbird goes up top. There we go. That looks a little better. It looks a little more... It helps out my OCD. Let me just put it that way. I've got to put my gun back on there. There it is. So that goes up top. And we got to put our thrusters back on. Now, we've got plenty of thrusters, so let's have some fun with this. So I'm going to put that one there. It's going to look silly as crap, but we're going to do it. And we're going to use this one there. This one I'm going to put over here for now, and we're going to stick this thing on the side. It's going to look absolutely awful, but hey, we got it now. So that, oh, we still have one more? Really? Yes. Just got to switch it around. All right, there we go. So that doesn't look too shabby. That actually looks pretty good. It's got the extra engine over there, but I'm not too sad about that. Awesome. We'll apply the edits to this monstrosity, but it might get me 2 milestones. I don't know. So this maneuverability, that actually is for the engines. So it did give it to me. All right, what do we got? So here's our inventory. So we'll take that. Hey, Delta, pay attention. You get hazmat gauntlets here. You don't have to make them. Okay, just make sure we got that through. So let me go ahead and put them in. There's my hazmat gaunts. We're going to add that in. We get all the seeds. Let me see what else we got as rewards. Hold on. There is this one. So now we got all the engines installed. Gives us decoration and starship inventory slots. I'm going to take the inventory slots, really, and put them up here. If this is all filled out, by all means, you can put it down in your cargo area, but I don't recommend. You do need all the space you can get down there. All right. So that's done. I don't think there's any more rewards I need right now. I think I'm pretty much done. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So it tells us to harvest plants. So the next thing to do is we need to put some plant modules in here. So I'm going to stick 2 right here. I don't need to get into that area. Living wall requires 30 silver. So that's the reason for the extra silver. Silicate powder 10. We need to build 4 of these. That's why you had to get 40 of it. We got 50 just to play it safe. And we need at least 10 carbon for each one. So we do have plenty of carbon left over. So let me plant 4 of these. 1. And you're going to get some weird static stuff. I'm going to flip it around so it can put on this side. Hold on. There we go. 2. There we go. Because of the opening in the wall. See, it won't let us through. That's still a glitch, and I really wish they would get rid of that. So we have to actually go through to the other area to put these in. We're going to put a living wall. Come on. There we go. 3. And, ow, that really hurts a lot. Flip it around. 4. Okay, so it's right in front of us. All right. A little bit of a problem that Delta ran into. He had one of his plants go missing. That's happened to me before, so a little bit of a warning that it could happen to everybody. All right, just be careful. You might check on your plants. That's all I can tell you. So we're going to go ahead and go into the menu over here. A lot of people doing frost warp by going to the cold planets, but the cold planets all suck. So my suggestion is Gravitino hosts. That's what you need all the silver for. Since you can get the money, get the silver, get your magnetized ferrite. Now, I didn't get all of it, did I? I need 25 per plant, so I need 8 plants. That's what, 200? Yeah. Let me check. I didn't get much of it. Yeah, I don't even know why it says 13. Where do we have... Do we have more over here? We do. All right, I don't have enough to make any more than one plant at this point. So let me grab all that ferrite that I gathered. Yeah, there you go. And make more magnetized. Now, remember how it had like 23 in here? Empty again. So they still haven't fixed that issue with it. All right, so we need ferrite. We do have a little bit of pure ferrite. Actually, I can do that right now. Let me just get the 25 knocked out. That way we can get 2 plants right now. We're going to go ahead and do that. You guys are real quiet over there. You're not chatting at all. You're taking notes, aren't you? That's what's going on. You're all taking notes. Let's see. Ferrite dust. So I need 136 more of magnetized ferrite. So double that. So 272. Have that right? Need 8, of course. Need 2, 3. Okay, I think that's right. 36, 36, 72. Yeah, that should be it. All right, so we're just going to let this roll. I am absolutely taking notes. Good for you. All Out of Bubblegum. I love the name. Thank you very much for that. That was great. Anyone know if there's a way to reset freighters? Mine went totally wonk and has pieces I can't walk and says nothing to delete when I try to remove them. There is a way to do that, yes. I really wish I had a freighter here I could show it to you. And I wouldn't do it, of course. But there is a way to do a reset on the interior of your freighter, I believe from the central terminal on the bridge. Check all of the locations on there. And verify that, because one of those 4 terminals on the bridge on the central location computer allows you to reset the components. I think it's the one where you add in the cargo bulkheads and stuff like that. You can actually tell it reset in there. I believe that's where you do it from, if I remember correctly. If anyone can check that, that'd be great, but I'm not in a position to do that right now. 136, okay. Should have 64, correct? Is that how many I had? Yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and plant a couple of the plants while we wait on that. So, Gravitino host, you have to be pointing directly at it in order to be able to plant it. So, I had that problem, tried to put a piece next to it so it got connected, and then try to delete it, and it wouldn't let you, I'm assuming, yeah. Oh, and then try to delete it. I see what you see. Try to put a piece next to it, connected to it, and then try to delete it, and you should be able to delete the other part too. Smart! Thank you, Adventure. Appreciate that. That's a smart move. Hate to see someone have to reset their entire bridge. Gravitino. 1, 2. Okay, so we got 4 here. You're seeing 4, I'm seeing 4. 1, 2, and then finally 1, 2. All right, so we have 8 plants, right? You see 8, I see 8, L8, whatever. Okay, good deal. And we still have a portable refiner. Now, while we're waiting, since we're still here, why don't we go over here and make ourselves a nutrition unit? Do we have everything we need? We do. Let me go ahead and put that in. That's temporary. We're not going to keep it there. There's really nothing else we need to make out of this, but we're going to go ahead and delete that later. All right. We're ready to go. So we got plants all installed and ready. Let me see. Is there anything else I need to do? We'll worry about that later. We're going to go find a lush world, which, guess what, is in this system. Now, the one way I can see of really, I feel like I'm going to have to rip down my entire Corvette and start over. I'm so sorry, Jazz. I've had to think about doing that at times too. Fortunately, mine seems to be okay, but I like a wide open plan, so everything inside was all opened up, so it never really caused me an issue. So I'm sorry for that. That kind of sucks. No luck, didn't work. I'm sorry, dude. Note that I had a glitch with my nutrition unit where it would not process. I had to delete and reattach it to a different wall to correct that. I'll check it out. So there's our lush planet, straight ahead, the one with the rings. Go there. We used to head to this planet over here on the left, which is an ice planet. Not anymore. Now pay attention while you're pulsing. Every now and then, if you get fortunate enough, it'll ask you, hey, there's something nearby, a rare item. And if you come out of a pulse drive, it'll be it could be an anomaly. And if you do that, that just gets the next milestone in number 5, I think it is. In phase 5, if I remember correctly. I'm on Corvette rebuild. Ugh. Let me add and remove those pieces, but it's like these pieces are now out of bounds. Maybe my freighter was too big for the update. Oh, you're doing the Corvette rebuild. Got it. I can't make up your mind. I'm sorry, man. Alright. I'm going to aim for... mostly towards the water is where I want to be. I think I'm aiming in the right direction. It looks like I am. Because we're going to have to do some fishing here. Oh, base 1 mission. You see how it's just dotted with these bases, folks? Stop. Please stop doing that, guys. Load up your bases after the expedition, okay? It really helps us out a lot. Alright. Now, as we're coming in, listen for the tone, or you can check in here. You see where it has a distance. As soon as you see those coordinates pop up, you're free to roam about the cabin. Visited a lush planet, you'll get that right away. Open up your hatch. Time to do a little skydiving. And hey, while you're skydiving, go in here. I think it's phase 4. There it is. Fall for 60 seconds. Get your reward of finding the lush planet. There you go. You get a fishing unit. And while you're falling, go ahead and install it. Kill 2 birds with, as I say, kill 2 stones with 1 bird. I just got to find it now. It's in here someplace. Ah, there it is. First slot. I could put it in the supercharged slot spot if I want to. But I'm not going to. Put you guys over here. And you can do all that while you're falling. You see the clock is still clocking. If you've hit 30 seconds and you haven't touched the clouds yet, start going nose down. This saves you a little bit more time. And then once you get through the clouds, look for water and aim for the shore. Okay, I'm just going to hold off a little bit. Once it hits the 50-second mark, we should be good. Is that a Sentinel hive? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Just something there. That's all. All right, 55 seconds, nosedive. I'm going to even use my rockets to get down quicker. There you go. And you should be able to touch down, no problem. Now, don't fight the Sentinels yet. You do have to fight corrupted Sentinels, but don't do it. Pull out your fishing rod, do a little fishing first. Get your 3 fish. Then we're going to fight the Sentinels. I should have picked up an upgrade for the scatter blaster, but I didn't. My bad. Yeah, that's the other thing. Thank you, Carbon Base. We've got to scan for 3. We'll do that in a moment here. Let's get the fish first. Thank you for the reminder. I do forget that. I don't have my spreadsheet open. I'm just doing this. I'm just winging it, if you will. That's why I forgot the condensed carbon on the first planet. Hey, message in a bottle, which counts for absolutely nothing. There we go. Appreciate it. You're great, man. I appreciate you. We got about almost 80 people here. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you very, very much. Hit the like button, guys. Really does help the channel a lot. All right, so we got our first fish. No need to create any kind of special bait or anything like that. You can actually use fish for bait if you wish. I don't recommend it. Just don't go through all the hassle of doing it. It's not really worth it. Ooh, we got a big guy that's going to attack. Come on. Come on. Take the bait. You can do it. Ooh, he liked that bait. Ooh, got a shark out of that one. We're going to cook that sucker up. Shark is good eats. A little bit of garlic butter sauce. Yeah, it sounds really good right about now. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, haven't eaten dinner yet. Speaking of which, gotta think about that. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Alright, there you go, Pond Skipper. We're gonna switch over to my scatter blaster. We got 3 fish. Where is my... Did I land? Oh, I didn't land the ship yet. I meant to do that. You do have to land the ship at least this one time. Now, the ship isn't really going to offer you a whole lot of protection while you're fighting Sentinels. Because as soon as you get in here, they're going to start sending the flyers out. I usually do something real quick, guys. I do take off with it. Just temporarily. Hold still. Get back out of your seat. And it provides you more ground underneath to do some fighting. So there is that. Let's see, where'd you go? Oh, right here. All right, nutrient processor. Let me see if it works for me. Seems to be working. We're going to do the shark today. It's going to give us brined flesh. And you don't have to stick around to grab it. Achievement. Okay, and then just go back into here and delete it. It says while you're in flight, but that's because you were I was trying to get rid of the hab. All right, so that's gone, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. I think that's it here. We're all set. So we're done with that. We've got to scan 3 animals. I'm going to go back down to the surface. Okay, then. Just kind of shoot me out to the side there. Let's scan the 3 animals. There's one. There's a second one right in front of me. There's a third one right in front of me. There we go. Those 3 are done. Check for anything that you can use in any of those. Like this gives us a blaze javelin. It's up to you if you want it. I'm not a big fan of it. What else did we get? We got wild things. That we do need. It's not the inventory slots. It's the echolocator that we're going to be using here in a little bit. Okay. Is there anything in here? We can use the shield. That's always handy. Alright. Be great if I had a combat module, but we don't, so well, we'll hang on to that for now. And anything else we need out of the rewards? Let me check. Oh, rocket boots you are going to need. There's a reason for that, and I'll show you that in a little bit. You're not getting them for free. You have to build them, so that's where you have some tritium from the asteroids, and you had the hydraulic wiring from the reward earlier, so you're good there. Why did you retract a message? Oh, probably you were telling me to go make sure I scan the fauna, didn't you? Yep, don't worry about it. It's all good. We got this. All right, so that takes care of everything. We got the rocket boots in there. I don't particularly care for them, but I'll use them for the purposes of what we want. Now, we got this guy here. We have gravitino balls, so we can just shoot them, but since there happens to be a guy here, I'm going to shoot him. Okay, 3 shots. So that's 1. Count them out for me. We need 8. 2. And I always try to reload when I'm done with one. Swarm multiplying. Excellent. So just stay near your uplink to your ship and just hang out. If you really get worried, you can use the teleporter thing you have in your inventory and just leave. So we got 2. This will give us 5. There we go. 5. And you notice we don't have any storms. Now, the storm that might occur here that you could get is a gravity storm, which is very handy when you're fighting Sentinels, especially if you get the spider guys, which I have a funny feeling, yeah, there he is. All right, got to get 2 of these. 1. So that's 7, okay? But this guy hits hard. You just want to take those guys out first because they will heal it. You'll get healed up. And then you're done. That's it. We're all set. There you go. Let them search. They're not going to find you. You're all set. While you're waiting, navigational data received. We'll just do that. But we can't get in the cockpit and start flying because that's when the other Sentinels will appear, the flying ones. So just stay put. Give it the 30 seconds. They can't find you because you're too high up in the air, but they're scurrying around underneath, so you're good. Throw back the 2 extra fish for nanites. Yeah, if I wanted to. If you're going to go slow and eat a few extra. Don't need any. As you know, I've got a whole bunch of upgrades in here I'm not even using, so. Corrupts swarm abating. We're all done. There we go. So where is my echo? There it is. So we've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be number 5. 5 different milestones on one planet. Definitely worth coming here. Now, like I said, I'm probably going to do some research in the coming weeks and look for a nice place. How far away is this thing before I get going here? 37? Ah, we're good. And look for anything between here and the next rendezvous, any system that might be on the way that might have a lush planet. Yeah, there we go. Finally got the 100,000 units flown. Look for some place that has a lush planet. So If there is one. In other words, when you exit hyperspace, there's one right there. But even better would be a lush planet that's also dissonant, like this one. No, can't put any guarantees here. And can never hit anything with a scatter blaster. That's from Jazz Cat. Jazz, it is a shotgun. I want you to think about that for a second. So anything you're going to shoot at has got to be close by. You cannot shoot from a distance with one of those, like a bolt caster, for instance. Okay, well, destination blocked. That's okay. We'll just go out the hatch. It's not really blocked. It's actually, whoops, right there. So it lied. You can pick up these wheelbarrows of harmonic scrap if you want, but I don't bother. All right. I'm going to go through all this. I'm not reading this. This is what it gives to the first time you ever go to one of these. You'll get this whole big spiel from it. I always go to input. I get back out. I go back to show me the math. So we got 10, 16, and 6. 1, 1. 16 and 6. So let's do 6. And we'll do 10. And I'll do 16. There we go. Doesn't make a difference which order you put them in. Lift the lockdown. You got to go through all this nonsense. Then you got to get back into it and unlock the multi-tool. Just number 1. Okay, we're all done there. Let's go head over here and grab a multi-tool. Might be pretty good. No, it's not. But I'll grab it anyway. Then go back in here and switch out to my other multi-tool, which is better. Alright, so that takes care of this planet. We're done here. We don't need to do anything more. Alright, here we go. Let's see. That's not where I wanted to go. So we've got phase 1 completed. Phase 2, we're still waiting on the plants to cook, to grow. It takes about 24 minutes per plant. We should actually, as much time as we're taking, if you look through your visor, it'll tell you on the left how much time is left for them to finish up. So we know we got a little under 10 minutes for them to finish growing to full maturity. So there you go. Don't forget to close the back hatch. There we go. Alright, and I think that's it. So phase 2, that's all we're waiting on. Phase 3 is complete, except that we haven't gone to the rendezvous yet. So can we claim any of this? Boltcaster upgrades, which we don't need. 1,000,000 units is handy. We'll grab that. Plus 500 nanites. That's nice. Alright, flight path. That's just more parts. And then 4, you can see we haven't really done much with 4, but 4 goes really quick. So, alright, let's go. There we go. And we're out. So that's interesting. So you can try to use the teleport module while you're sitting, but it automatically tells you, no, 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 you can't do that. So that's good. That's good. They kind of fixed it by saying you just can't do it. Got it. Got it. It is what it is. Is what it is. So, all right. Got one of my new hats in. I'm waiting for it to undeform. So I'm figuring out possible garb one of these days. It's what it looks like, but unfortunately, with the green screen I have, unfortunately the camera does this to it, so it doesn't really look that great. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Got the t-shirt too. So it might look a little bit better. I decided to go with this like day glow orange crap, but there it is. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually in the camera. So that's just the back. The front I went ahead and put a speedrunning symbol on. Yeah, I had to do that. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be wearing that on Friday this week at work. So, all right, what am I doing? I'm not going anywhere. We got to get to the space station. Let's try it again. Let's see what happens. Nice. It will not work. They fixed that. Good. So we go in here, and we're in the station. All right, so this one is pretty straightforward. We can check the vendor over here, but if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't have anything more than a C-class, if I remember correctly. And the next jump is the big one, if I remember. All right, C-class. Yeah, that's all he's got. It's worth checking. So if we want to just take a look at it, see. What does it give us? 50 light years. Yeah, wasn't worth it at all. All right. Well, we got a little extra chromatic metal. So any of these things need to be moved? We kind of do. Thrusters need to go over here. Unit I'll put over there. All right, I think we got everything set up. We're going to be getting some shields soon, so I want to put the shields somewhere where they're useful. Okay, and you won't need the cyclotrons anymore, so if you want to uninstall them to make room for other stuff, you can. It's up to you. All right. Up to the top here, we're going to do the station core. No suck at Jason hit anywhere? I don't have it there anywhere, I'm sorry. I got to put that in there someplace. Oh, on the merchandise? No, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that to him. I think, though... Hold on a second. I want to try something. I seem to recall a long time ago... I don't know if it works at all, but let me just try it. I'll put that in there, but I don't think it works. Streamlabs and me, we don't get along. It says it's successfully redeemed, but nothing happens. And that's the problem I have with Streamlabs. It just drives me nuts that I can't get any of these things to work. It hits it, but it doesn't. It's supposed to have a picture of Jason popping up, and it just says, suck it, Jason, underneath. Wah, wah, or something like that, you know, that's all it does. However, Jason did ask me for a soundbite of myself telling him that. I don't believe in telling people to suck it. I mean, that just sounds really awful. But I did put in there, you suck, Jason. And I just put that in there. So he has that now. He's supposed to add it to his soundboard. We'll see how that goes. Maybe he might raid us tonight, but when he's stuck on Dune, that boy ain't going anywhere. He's going to be stuck on Dune all night, unless he raided somebody else that was doing Dune. Anyway, we're going to imprint. We're all done. Moving on. All right, good deal. So that reward we definitely want to get. This is Resist 3. It gives us the Corvette engine module and Starship inventory slots. It's more the inventory slots at this point. We've already got the engine reward. We did it. So we'll take the engines anyway. Heck, I might even put them on. And we're going to put these up here. 1, 2. Excellent. So our technology is now maxed out for a C-class anyway, but it should do for what we need it for. All right, back over here. And I don't have to do this. This is kind of wasting my time for any kind of run. But you know we got to put some more engines on this sucker. Let me see. So there's some over there. Let me do this, that, and then we'll put these over here. That's looking a little better, a little more precise. I like that. And I don't think we have any more engines, right? Nothing else to attach. We have another reactor. Let's put the reactor on because it will come in handy later on. So I'm going to put that over here because we're going to get another one. Do I have a second one? I didn't know that. That's cool. We don't have any others, do we? I think we had to add... No, I think that's it. I think that's it. And let's get rid of this one and put the fancy one on, shall we? There we go. That looks good. I already spent countless hours building ships and countless more to come. Oh, 100% Sancho. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm having a lot of fun building some ships up. I'm just nowhere as good as anybody else in doing it. But that's actually not a bad looking ship here. And we just got a secondary reward. Where is it? Down here? Yeah, there it is. We got the reactor reward, which gives us an anomaly detector. We're not going to use it here. I'm going to suggest you use it in... Actually, we can use it here. Doesn't really make a difference. I suggest you go back to number 2 and use it there. So when you get to 5, when you get to phase 5 and rendezvous 5 here, and you get all done inside the station, there's nothing else to do, use the portal, go back to rendezvous 2. How's our plants coming? They're not quite done yet, right? 2.5 minutes. And we still have 8 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go over here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're all set. They haven't gone missing. It might be the ladder that he put in that caused him a problem. This is actually not a terrible looking ship. Let's take a quick peek at it. Oh, for crying out loud. Are you kidding me? I got a shadow? Yeah, that was great. That's actually not terrible looking. I mean, these two engine pods are kind of in a weird spot, but I could put them on the top, right on either side of the top area there, and that would look pretty good. I might do that at the next station just for the heck of it. The blue planets, yes, that is correct, Sencho. The frost warp is what you're saying. What we're trying to do, though, every frosty or Heimel or cold planet that we can go to get the frost warp is really, really bad planets. They're actually usually very terrible storms and stuff like that. We avoided that by doing the gravitino balls because we could get silver. You just need silver to build them, and we could get silver at the space station. So we were good there. It was actually, it worked out better for us to do it that way. So the Portuguese man of war that someone built is amazing. I haven't seen that yet. If Streamlabs threw a Discord channel up there, guys, check it out and post that in my Discord channel under Corvette Picks, please. That's not just for me, that's for anybody. I'd love to see that. Really would love to see that. All right, so we're going on to 4 or 5 now. This is the longest run that you're going to have to make through hyperspace, and because of the upgrades we have, we ain't going to make it. Should be up here, I thought. There it is. So you see, we definitely can't get that far out of jump range, see? So I'm going to go here just to get a closer spot. There's a good chance we're going to come out in a battle of some sort. We'll see what happens here. Nope, we got lucky. So just go straight back into hyperspace again. And we're on our way. I made a mistake on one run of hitting the space station, forgetting that I hadn't reached this rendezvous yet. That was sucky. You haven't seen it? Haven't seen which one? Oh, the Portuguese man of war? Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I'd like to see that. Jazz, if you could go ahead and find that picture, man, that would be great. I'd love to see that. All right, so we're done here. There's our space station so far away, but we don't have to worry about it. We just, yeah, get off my screen. We just have to go into here and hit the button. Button. We're there. All the way where we need to be. And there's no reason to get any more hyperspace upgrades because you don't have to jump far after this. Okay, station core. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're done. All right, and this one, I think we do need, this one gives us the shields, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there you go. Now, it only gives us 2. 1, 2. That's all it gives us. But it does give us some, slots to put in here. We'll go ahead and do that. We do need to get a 3rd one, so we're going to have to trade for it. No big deal. All right, here we go. So we're going to start with the terminal, and we're going to purchase modules. If you go to basic modules and you go through these, you will not find a shield anywhere. It doesn't have any. So you have to trade. So go about 5 down or so. I suggest going for the high energy shield, even though it has these 2 in here too. It is the cheapest one out of the group, and you can trade for it a little bit easier. And just throw anything you want in there. 3%, yeah, I didn't think so. All right, let's put you in here. How about you? 10? All right. We want to get it up into the 20s or something like that. How about the radar dish? 16? Worth a shot. Let's get rid of you guys. Let's put you in. Doesn't want that. They can decline something if you select it. It's low. Let me try it. Sometimes it works. Let's put something else in. There you go. Usually about 29% or higher it'll take it, but it doesn't always work. All right. And we're going to modify now. And let's come back to the engines real quick. I just want to fix that issue. Put it right here. Right there. Okay, that looks good. And then we're going to put in our shields. Let's see. I'm going to actually kind of submerge them into that area because you can't see them very well. We got 2 of these. I'm going to put one there. And we're going to put one right on top. It'll look pretty cool that way. Okay, that should do it. Apply. Wait a couple moments. There it is. We do have to get this one because now we need to add in the weapons. There we go. Weapons array. We just got to add the 2 in. Well, first we have to add in our augmentations to the ship. And for Man of War, and then he has a separate vid for a build tutorial. Ooh, I'd love to see that. The Discord channel will allow you to put the link into the video. I'd love to see that. I have no problem with people posting those links on there. That's fine. All right, so that's interesting. It'll let me put it there. Why? How does that work? Okay, so we're going to put this one here. I'm going to take, not you. Grab it. Where'd it go? I want to put you back. Got it. Put you over here so it matches. I got to go a little OCD here. I'm going to put the torpedo launcher on the top. There we go. Likes it. Very nice. That should be everything. All right, and our plants should be done. So you see the green symbols at the top of our screen there. Means our plants are done. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go over the other side. 5, 6, and then finally 7, 8. Should be it. That one's done. All right, good, good, good. Where are we here? So 1 is complete. 2 is now complete. You get a frost protection upgrade from the silent running. So go ahead and grab that. You're going to need it for the freighter later. So I'm going to put the shield up here while I'm at it, and we're going to stick you right there. There we go. Okay, and we do have our anomaly detector already, which should give us a second one, I think. Hold on. No, it gives us a walker brain, so we do need that. So let's grab it. A little more stuff. If we go back into our ship, though, you'll notice that our inventory is full. There's literally nowhere to put another stinking thing. My suggestion is to get rid of your cyclotron. Just get rid of all 3 spots. You don't need them anyway. If you want to adjust some stuff around, feel free to do so. I'll put that back over here. We'll stick the shields over by the shields where they should be. There we go. That looks good. And the reactors can go right next to each other. There we go. See? See how that works? The weapons, I don't know if that'll link up with anything. I'm pretty sure that this one doesn't link up to anybody. So I think we're good there. All right, that looks a little better. We got plenty of room. So we're going to put in our conflict scanner. Silent Running is an Easter egg for a cult classic sci-fi film of the same name. Sci-fi film? Silent Running? I might be thinking of a different one. I had a different one on the brain there. Speaking of brains, there it is. That brain. All right, that's kind of stupid. Let's get out of here. All right, so we're done with this space station, and next is to discover a pirate system. That actually looks like a pretty good looking ship right there. That's probably the best looking ship I've ever thrown together in this particular expedition. Whoop, whoa, let's get out of there. All right. What is that planet in the distance? Hold on a second. This one. That's a lush planet, but activated copper, so bad storms there. No dissonance, so it's not worth it to us. Airless, which everybody says the airless planet's good to skydive from. No, it's not. It takes you forever to reach the surface. You don't want to do that. As long as you get to the atmosphere and you get the numbers showing up, get out of your ship, jump, you'll take 60 seconds to get to the ground or more. Any dissonant planets? No? Just that one, right? No, there's no dissonance here. Okay. Anyway, moving on. No, you know what it was? Silent Running. Hold on. A space freighter. Yeah, really, that is a space freighter, isn't it? Let's take a quick peek at that. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it's very asymmetrical, if you will. So it looks pretty good. I like it. It's a good looking ship. Anyway, maybe I'm thinking Silent Runnings. It was a for the bobsled team, I believe, for the Jamaican bobsled team for the Olympics many years ago. They did a movie on these guys because they actually competed. And I remember watching the Olympics that year and thinking, the Jamaicans have a bobsled team? What the heck? It was absolutely Cool Runnings. That was it. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Scuba. Yeah, see, like it's like my brain would have been trying to think of that all night long, and it would have been like 2 o'clock in the morning, wake up, Cool Runnings, you know, and go back to sleep, you know, whatever. All right, thank you for that. Yeah, that was great. That was actually kind of a cool movie. With the engines went quiet. Look at that. I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty neat, man. That's pretty neat. All right, so we're going elsewhere here now. Okay. So we need to find a pirate system. So that's our next thing. You don't have to open this up, I found. If you just look around, it should show a pirate symbol where it has that. There you are. There's one right there. So you just can go there. That's fine. There's a few of them floating around. I know that some people were like, okay, should I go to this system? Should I go to this system? Go to any pirate system. It really makes absolutely no difference. See, pirate battle? Hold on, watch this. Watch this. If I can get that off my screen. There we go. Go to the starship. Bye. You're out of the battle. And you're back on the space station, right where you need to be. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Very fast. If you skydive at the right angle, you can actually float slightly up. Really? That's interesting. Alright, we're just going to hit this guy. We need to get something expensive. This looks good. Yeah, it looks fine. Just grab it. It's the only thing we need. You don't really need anything else. Feel free to peruse his inventory, but you don't have to do about that. Now, they take your ship and they put it at one of the furthest platforms on the Corvette. And there's no teleport pads. Remember those rocket boots you had? Use them. This is the best place that I've ever found to use them at, because your ship is so far away. Run. There we go. Try not to hit any of the terminals on the way. Like that. So that's the one problem that you have when you teleport to the pirate station, is it takes forever to get back to your ship. Huey doing the Gunboat Willie is in the house. Thank you very much for being here, Gunboat. Appreciate you, my friend. I'm here, but in utter shock. Exilus, why? Why are you here too? Here in utter shock, that is. Sorry. Not why are you here. That sounded awful. It's good to have you, my friend. Thank you very much for stopping in. Scott Rince, repeat. Not a rocket boots guy. Rocket Man. There's that song that comes to mind. Okay, what do we do here? Are we done here? Yeah, we're done here. I don't need to go any further place else. We just need to go on to Rendezvous 5. Man of War screenshot and vids posted on your ship Corvette. Thank you very much, Jazzcat. Appreciate that. I'll check it out. You haven't heard. No, I haven't heard. What did I need to hear? What did, like, Delta throw in a really long, especially great run? Yeah, Delta did. What did he do? How many minutes? Of course I haven't heard. I'm playing. Oh, okay. That's nice. I'll check that out. Yeah, there. Gotta tell me. Meanwhile, I'm going to go on to Rendezvous 5. Do you mean I have to do a speed run after all? That would suck. Would you get a 42-minute run, I'm thinking? Exilus, you got to type it in, man. If you're talking about the... Oh, is it something else? What am I looking for here? Alright, we're going to the space station. Dude, you got me all puzzled now. Space station. Okay, so if you get combat authorities trying to chase you down for having contraband, first thing you do is come to your galactic trade terminal and get rid of it. Look for something purple. There it is. Done. Completed. Yeah, I thought he was too. I didn't think he'd done it yet, so... I didn't get an alert that he had gone live yet. So this must be something else, Exilus. If you don't want to put it here, I understand. Oh, are you talking about... we talked about this earlier, that fella that got... that passed away, that got shot. No, we don't need the political stuff, but it's good to, you know, at least if someone passed away and a guy got killed, I mean, it's just still, like I said earlier in the broadcast, just keep his family in mind. That's all I can say. So, yeah. All right. Imprint the iteration. Yeah, Charlie Kirk, exactly. Yeah. Sorry, names escape me unless I really knew the person, and that's the thing, is I hadn't been following him at all. But I know that that was a terrible, terrible thing to have happen. Bruce Stern? Oh, really? Cool. Alright, so 4 is complete except for the emergency warp. 3 is complete. 5 is complete except we've got to do the Anomaly and the Derelict freighter. So we haven't done the emergency warp yet, and we'll do that later. So what I'm going to do, we don't need this. This is just the reactor modules, and we've already done that. So I'm going to use this to go back to number 2. Broke your own rule? That's okay. We try to keep the touchy subjects out of the streams. We obviously don't want to do that. I know that Twitch, people who broadcast on Twitch have very, very strong rules on it, and yet sometimes they bend them in very weird ways, which really upset me the way they do that. So they'll talk about one thing, but when you say literally something very closely related to it, suddenly everybody's pissed off and they want to block you. And it's like, I don't need that. You all want to drop something like that, it's not a problem. It's okay. Mention it. If we do have something to say about it, we'll just say, you know, don't talk about that, please. We understand the person passed away, and again, our heart goes out to the people that are having to deal with it, especially the family. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers by all means. And, you know, politics aside, that's a horrible thing to ever happen to anybody. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, well, there's that, Scott. You know, I understand that you may have had your own opinions on the individual, but no one deserves to be put through that. So, no family should have to. But Cool Runnings, good movie, yes. All right, where was I? I'm going to space stations. We're going to Rendezvous 2. Here it is. So this is the station I need to go to. Recommend coming back here because the freighter in this system is very easy to do. Hopefully I won't have the bug I happened on that one run with the freighter, but we'll see what happens. So we'll come back here eventually. There it is. Come on, keep going. Off we go. There's my ship. So what do we need to do? We got 3 things to do. First thing we need to do is call in the Anomaly. So we'll do that, and then we're going to do the freighter. On we go. Yeah. So, yeah, just, again, let's leave that whole discussion out of it, okay? All right, so go to our menu. We're going to find the Anomaly, and wherever the heck I put it, and pulse out. Pulsing. So we'll get the Anomaly first. This one takes the longest. There it is. Go into your rewards. Dwarfed is what you want. You get your emergency signal scanner. A couple more slots. We do need to do that. There we go. And then go back in, and in your Starship inventory, you'll find your emergency signal scanner. There we go. Coming in, and we're going to land over here now. Coming in, coming in, coming in. There we go. Okay, so you hopefully have installed your cold protection that you had in that one reward. We're going to beam across over there. There we go. We do need that, the scatter blaster, but you're going to go through this quickly. The likelihood of you having to use your guns is pretty slim, so just don't worry about it. You're not picking up a bunch of stuff. You just need to pick up just a few items, and that's it. I always turn on the heating unit just because. Floating, spinning twin headphones. Okay. Internal gravity. Hazard control. And then I'm not even going to bother picking up the extra items. I'm just going to unseal the door. Hit your tab button to get rid of the screen doing that, and then the clock on the right, the seal integrity, will come on immediately. Okay, got to turn my light on. Okay, there is a pad right here. Hopefully it'll have the credentials you need. If it doesn't, you're going to have to check out a few more. Looks like we're checking out a few more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the scan and look for another pad. I don't see any except for the one that I already hit. So let's go in here. Just try to stick to the main rooms if you can. See, there's a couple over there. You don't have to hit them right now. You can hit the first terminal because it doesn't require credentials to get into this one. So we're just going to do that. Did you notice we are focused in dissonant worlds? Everything else has aggressive sentinels. Yes, I know. I've been pointing that out. And how you are speaking with the purple language. In other words, the language of the void mother. So I think there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. So I love the storylines, the little hidden meanings they put in everything. Alright, so I don't know where it's going to be located. It should be here, because you got a name of an individual and you have all their details, but it doesn't show it. There should be one more in here. There it is. There's another one. There it is. Got the security credentials. Let's head for the door, wherever the door might be. I think I misplaced it. Is that it over there? I know there's a door nearby. I just can't remember where it is now. Yeah. Stop shooting at me. Must be over here. Yeah, there it is. It's over there. That's right. Is unavoidable. Oh, God, Exilus. Back in the corner with you, my friend. I swear, you have like a cot set up over there. You spend so much time in the corner with the bad jokes. I know. Don't lecture me, Steve. This is why topics should not be broached here. Yes. Correct. I don't know how it happened, but I collected everything in reverse. Alright. Log in. We're going to get the captain's thing here. We do need some new story and lore. There is actually extended story in this as we get to it. We're going to see more of it. They haven't finished with this game by any means. Alright, so the next door should be all the way over here. And it should be the cargo area. Bonk. We're in. There we go. So it's all done. We just need to get something from here. We're going to fabricate, and we're just going to grab Corvette parts because I feel like it. There we go. We're done. Good. Got the reward for it. So the Derelict freighter is complete. The only thing we have left is an emergency warp. So now that we have that... There we go. Wrong way. Let's go into our inventory. We need to actually go into our rewards. And... Sentinel boundary map is in there? That's very interesting. I did not know that. Huh. Okay, good to know. We'll think about that later. Because if you can get 1,000,000 credits, you can buy a Sentinel boundary map. I mean, pardon me, I got an idea. I'm not going to share it too much if you haven't all figured it out on your own. Yeah. But there it is. Alright, so one of these should give us the emergency warp unit. There it is, off the radar. Okay, we're going to put the augmentation in, and let's go to the starship, install that emergency warp unit, which is what you needed the gold for. And now we're all set. Get out of here. And you don't have to go far. You just go into here, your settings menu, and hit emergency warp. Doesn't make a difference where you go. Do it as the very last thing, though, because it could take you out a very long way. And before you go to the space station, just hit the number 3 or your whatever hotkey you have set up for it. Gives you a restore point. So, really, this run is done. Phase 1 complete, 2 complete, 3 complete, 4 complete except for the optional, 5 complete except for the optional, which just should be done at this point, and I don't know why it isn't. Because this, see? So we should be getting it, but for some reason it won't let us. I don't know why. That's really kind of weird. But all phases are now complete. So this run is done. Now for us, what we can do is we can go through all these and collect all our rewards. I'll come back to it. I want to see how we did time-wise. Wrong button. So Yeah, got a restore point right there. Let's jump out. Let's take a look at how long this took. This was very relaxed, right? This is how we did it. Gothic, good to have you here. Thanks for stopping by, dear. I have to do my part. Absolutely. Nice run. Thank you. And I don't think we're done yet. We'll stick around for just a little bit longer. So that took 160 hours to get done. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Forgetting, of course, that I can't see the exact time it took us to get it done. I'd have to go back to the beginning of the stream and see exactly what my time showed on there and do the math on it. So that's on me. I could actually do that. Hold on a second here. No, that's a light. There we go. Do-do-do, okay, there it is. Let me turn my phone sideways because I can't see it. Alright, and I gotta remove my glasses a little bit to check it out. Alright, 159.28 is where we were. And now we are at 160.50. And that's 50 minutes, mind you. Okay, 50 minutes. So how much time would that be? So that's 1 hour. Obviously, we went up to 160 plus an additional 22 minutes. So we did this in 1 hour and 22 minutes is what we did it in. So that's not bad. Hour and 22 minutes to get this done, that's not bad at all. I think that's pretty good. Is there many you need to do? Oh, yeah, maybe there is. I don't know. I'm going to go back into it. We're going to check it out and see what caused the problem. Yeah, can't go into that right now. Okay. I got somebody that sent me a message on something. Because I put out that video this past... there we go. Hit that button. This past Monday, and I'm getting so much communication right now. It's absolutely phenomenal. All right. We're back. So we want to just go to the space station. I'm just going to do that the old-fashioned way. Not old-fashioned, but new-fashioned way of just hitting this orbital uplink, and we're there. All right. So I can get rid of a lot of the crap. Now, if you want to take some of this stuff over with you, like the Hyaline Brain that I ended up picking up fighting some Sentinels, the Chromatic Metal, which I didn't use another dime of, that's really, really weird. I only think I needed one group of Chromatic Metal. I didn't need a second. So I'm going to have to figure that into my ruminations, if you will, my spreadsheets. There's a lot of parts. A lot of parts. So what I would normally do at this point is connect all those parts to my ship and take everyone back with me and see what I can do about that. Now, you got other things in here like this buzzing balut, which I have no idea what the heck that is. You got some Atlantidium. I got a crystallized heart out of all this, some upgrades that I never used, and I still haven't claimed everything yet. So we can do that now. 3 hours or so? Yeah, that's what it is, I guess. So let me get into the rewards first. There we go. So let me go back to 1. We're going to get the Windows modules. Actually, you know what? I ought to head back there, because we're going to need to put them in inventory. We're going to get a lot of parts here. So let me put them into the inventory here. So you notice that everything's there. We can't use the second cockpit on this, but it is what it is. All right, let's get all the others. Okay, if I can get to the escape key fast enough, I won't have that happen to me. But I'm going to get all the rewards, so that way they'll be ready for every one of my saves. That's just nanites. Those are upgrades. I can use them for nanites. Okay, and we get that. Vigilant Trail. I do like the Vigilant Trail. Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to try something. I don't know if it'll let me. Have you tried moving it over? Making some and moving them over? This is actually a nice multi-tool, and I'm probably going to take it back now. I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay, got some upgrades out of that. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. We're going to try that out here. Okay, more hull modules. We'll get those. Let me jump back in here real quick. Hitting the wrong button. Alright. Plasma Starship Trail. It's always good. You can keep these if you want. They're actually, some of them are they're kind of valuable. Like these are okay. But I got an expansion suit unit, so I'm going to keep those. I can sell it. I was supposed to use it for my... Well, let's go ahead and use them. Doesn't make a difference. I don't really need them. We need that. And we need that. Okay. Alright, let's get these. More Corvette modules, reactor modules. We'll get those. Wheel of Herc, which I don't really need, but we gotta claim it anyway. Repair kits. Okay. Banner and titles. And then final phase, we get the egg. Okay. All right, let's move these over. Okay. So, I want to take the ship back. We're going to modify this beautiful ship that I've created that looks absolutely fabulous right now, but unfortunately, I can't do anything else with it. I got two different cockpits I can't attach. They're going to have to stay behind. We got the Deadeye cannon, so I'm going to put that someplace on the ship. There we go. We've got the Medusa reactor. Let's see. We'll put it on top of the cockpit. Put this sucker anywhere we want. How many Deadeye cannons did I get? Oh, okay. We can build as many as we want, but it's going to require us taking like solar mirrors, starship batteries, things like that. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that then. Okay, there's nothing else in this area. Let's grab all the parts we want. It's going to be one ugly son of a gun. Oh, that's no more of those. Just put them anywhere. That's all I can say. I'm going to keep building that sucker out. Let's put you over there. Engine cover. Engine covers are kind of handy. Just try not to put too many things over your cockpit area because you may not be able to get into your cockpit. The Franken ship. Oh, there was one more. Okay. Hopefully it won't be looking too terrible by the time I get done. Cadia wing module. Okay, now it's starting to look terrible. S foil. Put it over here. Yeah, that's great. How many of those do we have? Oh, just those. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's more than one. Okay. Osprey. Put you there. Got more than one. Nope, that was it. Hydraulics. Okay. Cowling. It's over there. More cowlings. Albatross cargo tank. Okay. I think that's... Nope. Not quite done. The relay joints are actually kind of handy because these will allow you to add more parts if you have to. Yep. Put you over here. And light scaffold, same with that. Okay. Alright, that's all those parts. I don't know how many we're up to right now, but I know we had two of those. Air purifier. Fuel rods. There we go. Radiator vent, this looks absolutely awful. That's definitely a look. Yeah, they're more like look away. Okay, those are done. Radar dome. Perfect. Kind of cover some of the mess. It's like wearing a hat. We can put the windows on, but honestly, it really doesn't make a difference. Everybody gets the windows anyway. I don't know if I have any place I can even put it at this point. Yeah, I have no open spots to put the windows, so I'm not worried about those. But that should be all the parts. Now, I didn't get a whole lot this time around, but still, it's parts. Really wish I could take these with. Alright. It's a shame, but there it is. So the ship is ready to go. And we got more Gravitino balls. I'll grab them. I don't know if I'm going to take them over with me, actually, because they're not really needed. Alright. So all phases are complete. Everything's done, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it says expedition complete. Go to the space anomaly. So we're going to do that now. Oh, wait a minute. Before we leave... There it is. Orbital uplink. How many can I build? I can build 22 of them. Alright. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. Because those will be very handy. And then we can figure out if we can duplicate them later, which will be great. And then you can hold on to them in your regular saves. Or hand them out as, you know, special presents. And I don't have multiplayer on. I don't want anybody to see this monstrosity anyway. It looked so pretty before we did all this to it. I'm very disappointed, but it is what it is. Ugh. You know, if we had the, like, the explosive jets on these things, it would look more like a Reaver ship at this point. Really need to make myself one of those, by the way. That's going to be cool. Alright, there we go. So that part is done. I'm not even turning around and looking at it. We're going. We're going. There we go. So we complete our expedition here. Let's see what happens and see if we can copy everything over. Alright. We're going to end it. You will be able to select items transferred back to your primary save after confirming you wish to end the expedition. Do you wish to continue? Okay, so I'm going to hit accept. Technology is all of these upgrades I never use, so I'm going to go ahead and take as many as I can, especially the bowcaster one. Scanner, well, Javelin I'm not really interested in. We can just trade them off. I don't like the cloaking unit. I can take all three, though, so we're good. We'll get all three. Alright, we're done there. Let's take a look at the cargo. Won't let me take it. Or the companion egg. I can't take any of that with me. There we go. Well, it was worth a shot, guys. We tried that. Worth a shot. Yeah, that's sad. We'll take the Hylian brain. Let's see. Wiring looms are always handy. What else do we want to take? Cadmium is always a good thing to bring back. Sure, why not? Gold. Got plenty of microprocessors. I'll add them to my inventory. There's chromatic metal, but that's just on my person. I'm going to check to see what we have in inventory. Tritium. Take as much back as you like, really, is what it boils down to. Another boundary map, like I don't have enough of those. Like I said, I'm going to leave the Gravitinos behind. Hermetic seals. Oh, you can take those back? Really? Cool. Righteous. Yeah, I don't need any projectile ammunition. I've got tons of it. I got so much of it, I'm like deleting it at this point. There we go. I don't really need those. Let me see here. What else we got? Fish? Nah. Too bad there's no other souvenirs I can take back with me. Oh, wait. You. There we go. Yeah, there's really nothing else I could really use. I mean, these things are... You know, I'll grab them. I'll grab one of each just as a souvenir, so to speak. That's it. Yeah, amino chambers. Hydraulic. Yeah, why not? Okay, and they'll be there for me if I ever need them, so... Yeah, we'll grab the Herc fireworks. Okay, good. That should do it. That's enough. Okay, we end it. And we want to accept. Now I'll probably, and it's going to go over everything that we gathered along the way. And I had one that I had gotten so many units in, it was ridiculous. So it's not bad so far. An extra 1,500 nanites even by itself is good. 3 million units, 2,000 nanites, nice. 9 million units, and then it's going through the phases themselves and all their bonuses I got out of that, so that's good stuff too. Alright, good deal. Finish expedition, and it should go to the Atlas screen. Very, very nice. Alright, there we go. So we're back to my hunk of junk here. But if I'm not mistaken, let me check something here. I don't think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trade out my current multi-tool for the one that's in that terminal because of the supercharged slots that I got. So if you bring over a nice multi-tool, if you go in there with one that has 4 supercharged slots that are in a really nice position, when you get in here, you can go ahead and copy the multi-tool over. So there it is, and it's got the 4 supercharged slots in it. So I'm going to go ahead and begin the copy. It's going to tell me that it's going to take this many. So I can't just copy it, bring it over. I don't have enough slots available in my inventory. I can store this one I've got, but it's a piece of crap anyway. I'm getting rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. I didn't know I could do that. Yeah, let me do that real quick here. Already got the terrain manipulator. Let's do the survey device. Can I just do... It won't let me copy it over. Alright, hang on. I didn't know that. Because the survey device is actually pretty well worth it. Shell greaser, I can't add a second one, but I'm going to go ahead and take it anyway. Beautiful muzzle. Okay, you say so. Never heard of a muzzle of a gun called beautiful. Yeah, that should be enough. I don't think I need anything else. Alright, let's take that. Multi-tool. Begin copy. Overwrite. Done. Okay, so I got the multi-tool. Now if I sell the multi-tool, or part it out at the terminal in here, I can come back and make another one if I wish. And you just do this to these. You could do quick transfers with it. And you take it into your inventory and call it a day. So we're going to do that real quick. My inventory is filling up right now. Thought I had a lot more chromatic metal, but for some reason I'm missing it. And done. Okay. And now I can create my own starship too. I can take it along with, which I should have the inventory space to do so. I'm not going to do that this time though. We're going to hold off on that. I'll do that off camera. One Thumb, good. Take care, man. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for sticking around for a little while. All right, so we're done with this area, and that part is all complete. My inventory looks like crap, but now I got a nice, nice multi-tool here. That's pretty sweet. 9,000 damage, 8,000, 9180, 9683. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the scatter blaster, but at close range, man, these suckers are devastating. But that gives me a nice multi-tool I can have some fun with. I got enough nanites I can upgrade this sucker too. Alright, so that is finished. So let me get back to my ship. I'm going the wrong way. I could go that way, but whatever. Which is my current Corvette, which is the Eagle 6, not the Eagle 5 from Spaceballs. There we go. Eagle 5, Fox 2. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay. And we got a restore point. So I'm going to go ahead and exit this area. We'll get out of it. All right. So what should we do? I'm going to try... I have enough time right now to go ahead and do one speed run. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot as a bonus to those folks who are sticking around right now. And I want to thank you all for being here. So we're just going to do a very quick speed run. very quick being, you know, subject to whatever happens. I'm going to not push the limits. I'm going to take my time with this, so to speak. I'll talk a little bit about it, but I'm not going to go crazy with this, all right? I could probably do this faster than I've done on a 44-minute run, but I'm not going to do that. Set the time for Delta to beat. Delta's got to get under an hour. Once it gets under an hour, then we'll start talking. Right now is an hour and 17. He's playing right now. Let him do his thing. Don't tell him I'm doing this. Don't put that pressure on him. He doesn't need it. Yeah, Mike, I got to try it, man. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. Rick Tech, Raim, I see you here. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Always appreciate it. All right, so the way we do this is, again, I'm going to have to turn on that timer, aren't I? There it is. Okay, let's give it a shot. Again, I'm not going to go crazy with this. We're just going to go ahead and run one time real fast here and just see what we can do. I haven't done too much in regards to the one planet that I was talking about at the beginning there. So I got to kind of remember to do certain things. Getting condensed carbon's important, things like that on the starter planet. And I'm going by memory on this one. I'm not going to have the spreadsheet open. What was the other thing we thought of? We thought about if we could get the anomaly thing, but finding a derelict freighter would work better if we could do it early on, if we had the money to buy one. So I'm going to check the terminal in the station where you can buy the derelict freighter finder thing. Can't think of the name of it. You guys will be throwing it up there in just a second anyway. And I'm going to try that out just to see what happens. I'm very curious. The second thing I'd like to try is, what if we did a battle on the planet? Now, this multi-tool I'm going to start out with this on the new save is going to have the supercharged slots again. I really don't want to use them. We're going to put the bowcaster. We've already tested the theory that it takes about 9 minutes or so to defeat them. I don't think it's going to work. So the anomaly won't give you one. He could. Maybe. That's worth looking into. I don't know if he would or not, but you do get 1,000,000 nanites at one, pardon me, 1,000,000 credits at one point, and that's pretty much what one of those things costs. So if we can gather enough money at the beginning to get all the stuff, that 1,000,000 is for us to spend as we wish. We can do whatever we want with that. So, interesting idea though. I like that idea. Something I'm going to have to consider. All right, let's get it going. I wasn't planning on doing this, but we're ending a little bit earlier than I wanted to, and I'm like, let me give it a shot real quick. We'll try it out, see what it's like. We're starting at night again, so. If you can start closer to morning time, it's always great. Then you don't have to worry about your hazard protection, but unfortunately, it is what it is. They do start at 5 mil? Crap. Alright, so we won't have enough money. We will have to call in the anomaly in order to get that, so. Alright. Thank you, Colsa. Appreciate that. Thank you. Really? That's an interesting thing to do. 30-second EVA for when he boards the derelict freighter. That makes sense. Alright, so. Okay. I'm going to check this out because it happens to be right here. Okay. Got a dihydrogen jelly. Now, I noticed I didn't need any dihydrogen jellies, but I did get a microprocessor out of that, so that's one less one I got to spend. Or buy, as the case may be. Okay, I got about 60 carbon. 80, okay. I noticed that I did need the 300 if things didn't work out well, and I didn't get any condensed carbon. So I'm going to do this. Oh, good, it's daytime. Alright, off towards where the tree would be. Okay, good. No, pure ferrite. Alright, quickly take a look. We need gravitino balls like crazy. Alright, there's some right there, but there's definitely not a whole lot floating around here. Let me go over here. There's some close by. I'll grab those. Grab these balls over here. I'm sure they won't mind. Oh, good. Nine of them. Nice. And there's another grouping right over here. I want to... Well, you know what? We probably don't need those. Let's not go that way. Let's go the other way. We'll have to pass by the friendly folks over here, but that's okay. Excellent. I think a little bit more carbon isn't... Why did it do that? Yeah, a little more carbon's in order. 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Got a good amount of them. That's good. Got a jet surge out of that. No big deal. Really pissing off these Sentinels, something bad. Alright, that should be enough. Hey, condensed carbon, what do you know? I'll take it. I should have enough oxygen now. Spare oxygen, that is. I need 60 condensed, but I don't think I'm going to get it from this. Well, 50. That's pretty freaking good. That's not bad at all. And if we get lucky with the, what do you call it? The ship, maybe we'll get more. I do see some up there. 4 minutes? Why not? We're in experimental mode. We'll do it. Blind Richie, good to have you here, my friend. Thanks for stopping in, man. We're just going to do a speed run at this point, just a little bit of one. There we go. That should be good. A little bit more extra condensed carbon. Okay, we're good. Let's get over by the ship. There's some oxygen over there, so we'll grab it. We need some silicate powder from the ground. Let's grab that. Where is it? It's over here, right? There it is. Need 40. Got it. Okay, good. Let's see. Got a little more condensed carbon out of that one, too. That's great. Alright, done. So that should be it. Where's my ship? There it is. We do want to get out of the ship when we're done. Alright, there we go. So, let's get in here. We got, did I say 19, 10, 9? Yeah, we got enough. We should be good. There's our... Oh, right, my bad. Let me just check the starship real quick. Okay, can't... Oh, we did. We were able to delete it that time. That's weird. Okay, wouldn't let me delete that one, though. I'm still going to delete the bolt caster, because I really don't need it. Okay. I don't know why I did that. My bad. Alright, there we go. And use. So, a little bit longer than usual. I like to get out of there at about 4.5, 5 minutes, but that's okay. And we're going to get the reward in just a second. It just doesn't gum up my inventory while I'm doing this. Let's see. We don't need the carbon nanotubes, the salvage data, gravitino balls, or the Viking effigy. We do need ferrite dust, so let's buy that. We'll get our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. 1, 2. That's all we need to get. 1 metal plate, and we're done there. Good. Let's get the reward real quick. And build. No, I don't want to go in there. Thank you. Okay. Create a new Corvette. Get our landing gear going. 1, 2. Let's get the Thunderbird hab. Let's put the cockpit on the front. We're going to put the thrusters. I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I like that idea. There we go. Photon cannon array will stick on the top and the front this time. Reactor there. Landing bay. Done. Finalize, compare. Swap. Ready to go. Run back over. Okay. Mission radar. Get the reward. Get rid of it. Go back out. Picture. It didn't take. Hold on. That happens once in a while. Just got to do it again. Should have waved. There we go. Anybody here yet? Yeah, there is somebody here. Off of there. Thank you. We can get there before he takes off. We'll be in good shape, but we'll see. Ah, good. I don't know if this guy has everything we need. So we're going to stick with... we're going to get some more ferrite dust in case I need it. Yeah, he doesn't have chromatic metal. He has gold, though. He has gold! But you know what? I'm going to hold off on that because we can make it pretty easily. That's good. Alright, who else has landed by now? That guy. That's the guy we need. I think. Not sure. We're going to find out in a minute. Alright, offer to trade. Chromatic metal. I will grab more because if we could find some. And we did. Good. This guy right here has it. We have to drop down our refiner in just a moment. Oh, he doesn't have any. Okay, well, that's alright. Alright, my bad. Sorry, buddy. Carry on. He might. I don't know if he does or not, but we're here. We got to get our upgrades, by the way. That's right. I got to get my hyperdrive upgrade. Rhonium for silver. We already got that, though. Alright, good. Anybody else? Okay, real quick. Get the other one real quick. There we go. And now we can go. So if we don't get any more chromatic metal, we don't. We'll see how the whole thing goes, because I don't think we really need the extra chromatic metal. I think we're good with that. So, the S-Class upgrade, buy. Hyperdrive, hyperdrive. Okay, let's go. Alright, we should be done here. I don't think we need anything else. Let's go ahead and get going. And we'll install stuff as we go. I don't want to waste time doing it this time. I do want to put down the artable refiner, though. There we go. There. And now we can go. Gonna set up my hotkeys real quick. There. Okay. Nope. We want to autopilot. There we go. Okay, real fast. Get back there. Let's put some stuff in here. Let's get the pearls going. Only takes a moment. Done. Let's get the dirty bronze going. That takes a little bit longer. And done. I don't think we need to make anything else. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's it. Alright, good. Okay, open the hatch. You know, doing it it really doesn't make a difference to me, because I still got things I need to get done. So let me get my reward. Okay. Okay. Is there a supercharged slot on this one? Yes, there is. Okay. Can't put that there. We'll put you there. Let's fix this. All fixed. Put you down here. Where's the reactor at? There you are. Okay, you and you. What do you got? 120 light years. That's not enough, but it'll do. Okay, right there. We should already be done by now. But unfortunately, we're not. I can't put that there because that's not with the rules. Okay, there we go.
Protection falling.
Alright. Close the hatch. And off to the planet. Alright. So we want to go a little bit down there. Now let's see if we can get lined up for once. Alright. Not bad. Did you also notice we can't put bases down? Really? Did they stop doing that? Because there's bases everywhere. 179, 135. There it is. 135 dead on, but 175 not. And I think we have to head... Is it that way? Yeah, good. Okay, we're in negatives now. $137, $135, $135. Okay, stop right here. I think that's it. There it is, right there. Okay, we're good. Did get the 3 on there. Yeah, good, good. Okay, we're here. Nice placement. Shut down. 4. Okay, done. And why not? We'll grab that. Done. Okay. Just in case it had anything of use to me. Alright, done there. Let's go find our... Okay, 680, 584. Let's go ahead and head over there. Oh, really? Yeah, that's true. They don't have it in there. You're right. I forgot about that. Nice. Come on. Thank you. Should be another one real close by. There it is. And we'll probably hit 1 or 2 more just because. Okay. Let me just check real quick what I got. I got 1 engine out of that, so that's good. Okay. No. 3. Too low. There we go. Didn't know what to do for me there. Okay, there's one over there at 1173. Just make sure there's none closer by. Okay, good. I think that's where we're headed. Okay. We didn't get the reward yet, so... There must have been only 1 part there. Okay. Let me see what we got. Hold on. Okay, we did not get what I'm looking for, but I do want to at least get 1 more part because... it keeps doing that to me. There we go. Alright, 1 more, 1 more. Right over there, maybe? 981. Yeah, maybe that'll be good. No, definitely closer. Go. Alright. Best dissonant for multi-tool? Oh, God. No, that's a Jason question, to be honest with you, because he picked up some fantastic multi-tools. Alright, we need to get 1 more. I just want to see if we can get 1 shield or 1 extra thingamawhat's there. Thruster, be great. We got 1. I just want to get an extra one just in case. And we'll get this and we'll get out of here. Last spot, I don't care what we get. Even if we don't get it, we don't get it. Okay, we got more thrusters out of it. We didn't get the shield, so we'll have to buy it. We did get some reactors. Holy crap, that was good stuff. Alright, did we forget anything? No, I don't think we did. Nope. No, that's it. Alright, so we're going on to number 1. Let's get out of here. Oh, I still have 44 A-Tigger. I decided just to do one quick speed run to end out the night and just call it a day. Oh, yeah, he was. I know. He was getting those A-class rifles, that son of a gun. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Still 44. I know I can do it faster. I have practiced and did it faster, to be honest with you. Just trying out some new stuff on this run, just to see what happens. Oh, I forgot to do that real quick. Hold on. 30, 30, 30, 40. There you are. Can we hit some asteroids or something here, buddy? You're hitting nothing. I'm going to get a few extra asteroids before I face this guy real quick. Okay. We're up to 20. Good. Ah, crud. Got him. Okay, where is the space station at? Ah, there it is, down that way. We should be getting close to 40. I think we are at 40. We're going to find out in a minute. There we go. Brad, got too close. There we go. How many did we get? We got them. Okay, we're good. You know what I forgot to do? There we go. Should have made a few extras while I was there. Alright, we're good. I got another brain out of it. Unbelievable. I didn't know that was a thing. I'll be honest with you. I really didn't know that was a thing. Alright, we need to put them away somewhere. There we go. Thought we got some... No? Okay, never mind. Do we need to sell anything here? No, I think we're done. We just need to go up to the terminal, get the stun, and see if we can't find another hyperspace module that is halfway decent. Actually, we need to check our X-Class one first. Can't get new ships till the expedition ends. I know, I know. Movement system upgrade. Yeah, we'll grab it. If I can get out of there. Hold on. Okay. Band hyperdrive. That's what I'm looking for. I need to do the inventory slots. So let me just do that real quick. Okay. Come on. I need to make sure that this is going to work for me. 100 light-year range. That's all it's giving me. I mean, I can almost get that from a C-class one, to be honest with you, but it's better than nothing at the moment, so we'll take it for now. And we'll check it anyway, because we're here.
Product received.
While we're here. Should have done this before, and I forgot. There we go. Where'd you go? Okay. What does this give us? 50. Yeah. Unbelievable, but at least we have that now. Okay. I'm wasting a lot of time right now that I shouldn't be wasting. I'll take that. Let me see here. I don't need... Yeah, Sentinel boundary map. Great, thanks, man. I needed that, right? Okay, I think we're good. We got 100 copper out of there, too. So if we need to, we can do something with that. Okay, so we're done here. And this one doesn't give us any more than stuff that we need. Let me grab that. That's the microprocessors and stuff like that. While I'm here, I want to empty out my inventory. I can't do that there. Sadly, this takes a couple moments to do. Just want to get it out of here because our inventory's full and we're probably going to need it here. I just put that in the wrong one. You know what we did forget? I was going to check that, wasn't I? Hold on a second. There. Okay, good. That's fine for now. Let me check the terminal in the back. You said 5 million, right? This only takes a couple extra moments. If my run runs a little long, no big deal. No comm ball? Yeah, if you don't have those either. So what do you sell these for, my friend? Yeah, 5 million units. So, definitely going to be too costly for me to try to pick up. So we're going to try to pull in the Anomaly and see what we can do. Because that might be worth... Would that be worth the time spent? I don't know. Okay, you... I'm putting something in here. Where are you here? We got magnetized ferrite. We only got a little bit. Okay. You know what? There. Ugh, I forgot how long this takes. They don't take long in the long scheme of things. I mean, 11 seconds, 12 seconds is okay. In a speed run, it's too long. Okay, let me see what I got here. Let's do the copper real quick. 17 seconds. What else did I have? Got that. I got that. I wanted to do something else. I think it was the ferrite, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, that's like perfect. Okay. A little extra of that. That's good. Need the 400 ferrite, right? Yeah. Okay, get that started. Alright, so we can't go to hyperspace right now. Let's pull in the Anomaly. So, knowing that this is taking... We'll watch the clock up ahead. And we'll see how long this takes. So we're at the 25-minute mark that we decided this. I've been learning this, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed. When you're in a regular ship now, when you get into the Anomaly, if you're not in multiplayer, it will always park you in the right front spot every time now. So I think Sean and the gang over at Hello Games has actually listened to us on that one. Couldn't believe it when it happened to me on the regular ship. Very slow crawl into the station, 30 seconds or more just to get in here. So is the extra minute worth getting a derelict freighter? Let's see if this guy will give us one. So now we got to run all the way there. Better to take this. So we're coming up on about 1 minute now. So this is a good experimental run. We'll see how we do. Run juice is running out, so I'm going to use my jetpack a little bit. Helios will stop flittering around. Let me see what he's got. Will he give me one? Nope. He will not give me one. So, waste of time. So that wasted us about 2 minutes of time trying to figure that out. No big deal. Same thing with the terminal up above. So, yes, saw the flying paperclip and Thomas the Tank Engine. I saw both of those. Absolutely fascinating. The Eye of Mordor is one of my favorites, personally. I think that is just... That goes beyond thinking that somebody was able to come up with that idea. Alright, hang on. So, we ran out of juice. Of course we did. So we have to get... Let me just put... just a little bit more in there. That should be enough. Let me exit the station at least. Can I get out while I'm exiting the station? No? Okay. I was curious. So our next stage right now is to go ahead and exit the system. But I don't want to do it while I'm waiting for this to finish up. Because it's got to be finished before we can leave. I would probably do this at another time. Probably do it on the lush planet while I'm waiting to get other things done. But we need it for to plant the plants. So we'll do it now. So kind of a waste of time. Buying it would be better. If I could find it, that would be great. But there we are. On our way. Someone made a SpongeBob? That's awesome. I've seen Homer Simpson. I saw a Homer Simpson head. That was fantastic. Absolutely fabulous. Alright, so we can get to the system here. Good. So we can't get the derelict freighter early. So that's not going to happen. Unless we accidentally come upon a emergency warp, pardon me, an emergency unit. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. Okay, we're in the station. We don't have anything to sell. Let's go straight up. Now, the one thing we do want to do is get the A-class upgrade for the hyperdrive. Okay. Should have enough nanites now. If not, we could sell something, to be honest with you. Okay, we've got plenty to sell. Right there. Make sure it works before we go anywhere. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? 165. That's actually pretty good. What was this one? Yeah. And what did you give us? 120? 187. Get rid of the 87. Alright, what do we got? 613. It's probably not going to be enough, but it'll work for now. Moving on. Thank you. Thank you for the RV comment. Yes. Absolutely. Appreciate you. Don't need that. Don't need that. We need this one. Well, I wasn't trying to go in there, but you know what? While we're here. Yeah. Alright. Yep, I want to put the nice one on. That's all. Because I could. We got a Titan class hab, so we got both of those. I am again going to go ahead and add the others. And we're going to put one more on top, just to... Yeah. That's good. Undecided. I just couldn't decide where to put it. Let's go ahead and put some engines on, my friend. Let's see. It's bothering me. That's not where I wanted it. There we go. Alright. Sorry, had to do something about it. Waste of time, I know. Alright, so we'll put our engines on. Okay, anything else that we can add on to this now? We can add you on, a reactor. I think, did I get two of them? I did. Can I put them both right next to each other? No? Yeah, I'll put you there. It looks awful, but it is what it is. Alright, so we got two reactors on there now. That should be it. So we should get a couple of milestones completed here because of that. See? Okay. Can we do the other things here? I think... Yeah, we can. Hold on. That we can do. Come on. Give me the gloves. Gloves are in. Go, go, go. Where are we? Living walls. We should have everything we need to make these, except for the fact that I can't walk through walls. And we can do that. Really drive us nuts. There we go. Living wall. Over. Should have everything we need. I just can't put it in place. There we go. And I want to put it on this side. There we go. Got it. Now we just need to plant the plants. That is going to be our Gravitino hosts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Across. And there's other places that we could be doing this, but we're not going to be... It's not going to make any difference. So we got to get it done. All right, so that's done. Anything else we need? Let me make sure we haven't gotten anything. Inventory slots we kind of do need. Let me go ahead and grab it. Okay. And down here, don't need that. We do need the anomaly detector. Okay, we'll grab that. And since we're in number 2 right now, we can get this done as we speak. Let's go ahead and do it. And we don't have to come back here later. Now, hopefully this works. That is a god-awful monstrosity. It's like I'm flying a bunch of shoeboxes or something. I don't know. It's weird. No, in here. Where is the anomaly? There you go. I should be flying towards the lush planet. I'll fix that in a minute. Come on. You. We'll head down. Thank you. Go and get dwarfed. Yep. We're going to add these in. Oh, that's for that. Okay. Going to go here. Starship. We'll head towards the planet. Because we're still going to do our nonsense over here, too. There we go. And off we go. Okay. We don't have cold protection yet, but we'll just have to make do. So we'll be fine. We should have some batteries on us. Do we have the batteries yet? Yes, we do. Okay, we're good. If you like the particular system, you could check it out, but it might be different from when you get there, from when you were in the expedition to when you actually check it out in your regular save. They'll probably have it changed over a little bit, and I doubt it's going to be all aggressive sentinels or anything like that. Lights. Let's hope that it gives me the credentials right away, because looking for it is a pain in the neck. Alright, got it. One thing I wanted to do, though. There. Boink. Boinks. And your hazard protection will drop quick on these ships now for some reason. I don't know why. But it does now. Minimap? Yeah, I know. But it's because it's part of the whole thing. You have to find your way around. And unfortunately, if we do it enough times, it really doesn't make a difference. You know, you start learning your way around them. Okay, we got that. Go. I already know I got to head back to this corner here, so... Got that guy up there. He's going to try to shoot at me usually. Sometimes he gets me, sometimes he doesn't. Whee! You pull back on your stick when you're going through there, you'll actually fall backwards a little bit. You won't have to worry about getting, you know, getting on the ladder and having to extract yourself from that. Okay. 2. We're getting there. And that should be it. Okay, done with that. Should be over here. That's the only battery I should have to use here. Bonk. You could choose Viagra to stay warm. God dang it, man. That was actually pretty good. Alright. There we go. Good. Gave me the reward. I can just... Whoops, wrong way. Almost pulled a... No, it was the right way. For some reason it looked like it was the interior of the ship. I don't know why. Going the right way. Okay. We're done with that. we got to go backwards. Or no, to the left, to the left. There it is. Okay. Heading to our lush planet. So we were able to complete those two real early on. That's really cool. Alright, what did we need? Yeah, Sentinel boundary map, like we really need it now. That was the whole reason for getting it earlier, but that's okay. Alright, we've got everything we need. We just need our lush planet now. Actually, we need 60 seconds in free fall. There we go. Alright, we got this. Not bad. So we'd have to subtract about 3 minutes for the nonsense that we did earlier. Okay. Nothing I can do here. I'm pretty much done. Although, saving the 30-second delay standing around in the ship, this would be a good place to do it at. I'm going to have to consider that next time, because this is a long haul to get to this planet. Alright, let me head towards that direction. I think the water and the land look reversed here, if I remember correctly. Oh, looks like we have a storm going on, too. And now. No, that's not what I was trying to do. My bad. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, where's my fishing rod? That's fine. Anything else I need to do while I'm floating around up here? Where'd that come from? Okay, whatever. Still have these, haven't done anything with them. That's hilarious. Alright. Alright, 30 seconds. Let's start heading for those guys flying underneath me. And if we don't see water, we need to head towards it. There's none around here. There is some, I think, over there. But we can't go there, so we'll have to call the ship in. Perfect. Talk about timing, man. This way, actually. Because we want the ship to be facing that way. So that's my bad. I didn't land in an area that had water on it. But we normally have to take off anyway. So that's not terrible. Is that water over there, though? Sometimes it's not. It looks like water from the distance, but it's not. But we'll find out in a minute. I don't think it is. Well, no, I think it actually is. Okay, hang on. Yeah, we're good. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Gotta get 3. Gotta get 3. Jacek asks, wow, where did you get such a cool tool? Well, it was given to me by the Expedition itself. It's the current one they're using in the Expedition. Every week they change it out with a different one. Sometimes it's an alien multi-tool too, which is actually pretty cool. So you kind of want to try to hold off if you can a little bit till you get something pretty neat. Alright, we got 1 fish. Gotta do 3. View 3 animals. So we got to check out 3 of the creatures on the planet too. No, not yet. Not yet. I don't think we're going to break a record with this, but it's definitely going to set another bar, so we'll see what happens. We did actually get an anomaly detector early, so we've done it in the system, and we did the derelict freighter already, so we've got those 2 out of the way. I got to fight 8 corrupted sentinels. And this should be the last fish. I hope. Nope. Now we need a 4th cast, unfortunately. No big deal. It's a little bit of RNG that really doesn't take more than about another 20-30 seconds, so sometimes less, sometimes less. There we go. Got it. Okay. And We're going to look at some animals. Ah, crud. That's me. Sorry. And 3. Got the animals. And let's summon a Sentinel. Let's summon a Sentinel. They're just hunting. That's it. Oh, there they are. Count them off. 1, 2. Let's see. Not much out of that. Okay. That's my life support doing. There we go. 1. Okay, boy, that's actually 3, 4, and 5. There we go. So what we should get is we should get 2 more Sentinels and a spider. I think at least that's what I call them. Like a crab. A tough fight, unfortunately. 1, 2. Whoop, hello. Caught fire. Oh, got it. Okay. Alright, so that's done. Up to the ship. And let him look for me. Alright, good. So let's get the reward, which is the echolocator. Find it here. It's over here. There it is. Yeah. Okay. While we're waiting, I think he can still see me. I think that's a problem. Alright, where are you at? How far out are you? 69, 60. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, hold on. Let's get at least organized here. There we go. And now we're at a sight of those guys on the ground, so that should be okay. Because the flyer was floating around, the actual floating guy, he was actually closer to the ship, and he could still sense me, so that's on me. No big deal. We gotta wait 15 more seconds, and we should be good. Is it really? Yeah, I had a little dropout. That might have been my daughter. If she was jumping on something she shouldn't have. She should know better. Alright. We've talked about that. There's a game that she tries to play, and unfortunately it just destroys the streaming. But it looks like it's still having trouble right now. Hang on a second here, guys. Yeah, it's really weird, guys. I don't know what's going on. That's very, very strange. Actually, my connection seems to have solidified again. Now it's dropping again. Alright, I'm going to keep going for now, guys. We're going to see what happens with this. We've got a lot of drop frame rate. I have a fiber connection, so I don't know what's going on, if someone's out there screwing with our fiber connection or something. But we'll see. I've had to they kicked all the kids off of the streams that they were on, so hopefully that's not it. Actually, I do have one other idea. That might be one last thing we can check. Checking into it now. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let me come back to it. We may have to just end up quitting. There may not be anything we can do behind that. Stop, 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 stop. I must be too low to the ground, but there's a storm here now, and I can't see where I'm at. There we go. There we go. Well, that worked. Careful. I know. Yeah, we're going to have some trouble with this, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Very, very, very odd. 13, 3, and 8. Right. Maybe I have Jason outside messing with my line. No weather right now. We're clear. And normally it doesn't affect my connection here. This is really odd. This happened the last time. Ah, for crying out loud. That's me. Not thinking. There we go. Okay, back to it. No, not a really good multi-tool at all, but we'll take it because we have to. There. And we're in. Okay, good. Alright, that should be it here. We're done with this area. So the time's going to be off by a little bit because I had to pause that for a second. Sorry, guys. Alright, again, I hope it starts evening out, but it's literally... The frame rate is terrible right now. It's literally dropping out. The game and OBS are doing wonderful. They're pushing out at max that I normally have here, but the frame rate is just... My connection to the internet is just dropping out like crazy. I don't know what's going on. So, I think I can turn that off now. There we go. Alright, so we're going on to the next rendezvous. Rendezvous 3. Starduster, good to have you here. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you, dear. So, yeah, the game is, you guys are about a good 8 seconds behind me now, unfortunately. Okay, and we're going to exit our chair. We're going to go into our menu and go straight to the space station. Alright, good. And we're going to deal with the hyperdrive as it is right now. Okay, good. Jump over the ledge. Inventory slots. Up here. Okay, go. And we'll see how well we do here. We should be finishing up rather quickly from this point on. So we're okay. I think... Did we need to add more? We did need to add more. Okay, let's go ahead and put... you there. I'm not going to mess around with aesthetics this time. We're just going to stick them on here. Okay, that's done. And I don't think we need to do anything else, if I'm not mistaken. So there's maneuverability. Yeah, I don't need that. Starship inventory slots I'll take, because, again, we can use them. There we go. All right, let's go. So we're done with this. We're going to go on to 4. I don't think we need to do anything more. The plants still haven't matured yet. They should be mature in 3 more minutes. All right, good. Let's go. Where to? So 1 is complete. 2, except for the plants. Oh, we didn't do the seafood yet. Okay, we'll do that. And got to pilot the Corvette a good little distance still. And we're going on to number 4. Okay. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go to the station. I don't know yet. Decided. So this one's the long one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're not going to get all the way there. Don't think anyway, right? Yeah, just out of jump range. Okay, off we go. Wow, I haven't seen this bad of a connection in a while, guys. I'm so sorry. Not sure what's going on. Maybe they're working on it. I don't know. That could be what it is. Hang on. Nope. Gotta get out of our seat anyway. Let's go ahead and get the nutrition unit connected real fast. Go into the nutrition unit. Let's cook the fish. Back out. There we go. Gotta get out of that screen before I can do anything else. And we're on to the space station. Okay, so that's done. Okay, go up. Station core. Almost done, almost done. Got it. Now, this one, was that 3 or 4? What just happened? Did it actually glitch out on me and didn't give me what I was looking for? Oh, for crying out loud. I know what I did. I just messed up again. Remember how I mentioned earlier that I did on another run, I forgot that I needed to make another jump? Same thing here. I just wasted some time. So that wasted me like a good full minute here. Because we're not at rendezvous 4. That's why it wasn't working. So, I don't know. We wasted a good minute there, probably. And I wasted one of my transport things. But at the same time, I do make one extra just in case. I was trying to type it. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, dear. Okay, so we have 3. We're good. 1 for 5, 1 for the pirate station. So that should be good. It's like, how do you word that, you know? You're not at the right station, dummy. There we go. Inventory slots. Go. So these are the shields. So we have to trade right away, since we didn't get any earlier. Yeah, nope, not there. Purchase, trade. That. What do we got? Let's put the capsules in. What else we got? I'm going to trade something high value. If I have anything high value. Really? I thought I had some good stuff in here, but guess not. Something that has more than 2. Really? Okay. Let's do... Nope, don't do that. Let's do this. There we go. Gotta wait for the trade offer accepted to go away before you can do anything. Alright. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That should be it. We have to one more thing to do, don't we? Is there one more thing to do here, or did we do it all? Oh, that. Yes, of course. go. Gun. Yeah, it's fine. We'll stick it inside. Weird. We'll put it underneath. That's fine. Alright, good. Plants should be ready, right? Yeah, they're ready. 2. No, get out of there. 3, 4. Other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Plants are done. There. Come on, go. Isn't it funny that we haven't piloted the ship far enough yet? But we're working on it. Alright, so we'll get there. We'll get there. Everything else is done. We got to go to a pirate system, so that needs that. And we want to disconnect or uninstall you guys.
Technology installed.
And there we go. I wonder if our hyperdrive's going to run out soon. Should be one right there. Let's go. It's okay. Not a rendezvous. That was pretty good, actually, Costa. Okay. Okay. We're in.
Technology installed.
Good, go. And that's going to be for the journey back to the ship. Sometimes wonder whether it's a bad idea to just go ahead and...
Product received.
just, you know, fly into the station, as we might be able to get further. There we go. Got it. Oh, for crying out loud, do it already. There we go. Yeah, that probably would have been a bad idea either. Thank you, Tranquilla. Okay. Where to? What are we doing? 1's complete, 2's complete, 3's complete, except for that, which is funny as crap. 4 is almost complete. We got to do that yet, and I got to do that. Let's go to 5. Okay, we got to do some flying, so maybe I'll fly into the station. Maybe that'll help. Oh, I know why we didn't make it yet. Is because we normally just fly straight to the planet. And we also fly to get the Anomaly and fly to get the Derelict freighter, but we do that at a separate portion. We combined it into one, so we used up all the travel time to get there, which is funny. So let's fly to the station. Didn't quite get it. That's okay. When we exit the station, it'll be fine. Alright, so that'll be done. So let's get 5 finished. Okay, good. Biggest bomber class Corvette I can make. Excellent, that sounds fantastic. Alright, we got this, we got this. Boom. Okay. Oop. Wrong one. Cell. Purple. There you are. Okay, done with that. 5 doesn't give us any rewards that are worthwhile, so we're just going to continue on. Alright, off we go. We got this. We're almost done. Quick.
Technology installed.
Yeah, we need to make one of those. That's right. Hold on. There we go. Got it. And we're almost there. Got it. That should be it. Now again, my time up above is going to be off, and it looks like for now my connection has... Nope, it didn't stabilize. Still having trouble. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's get out real quick. Let me just see. It should give us to us in just a second. There it is. There's the music. Okay. So 1 is complete, 2 complete, 3 complete, 4 complete, 5 complete. All phases complete. Everything's done. Let's check it out real quick here and see how we did. So 102.50. Again, I spent a couple minutes running around and I forgot to pause my timer. And I think we spent some time in the menus too. But I'm just going to go right into it. We're going to hold off on the guessing because I think it's time to go ahead and wrap this up real quick. So hopefully when we send you over to somebody, it won't be as bad a connection at this point. But thank you all for staying with me. Let me see what we ended up with. That's not bad. We just ran a 42-minute run. And I wasn't even really trying that hard. I mean, holy crap, right? Wow. And you know that we wasted at least 3 minutes going into the anomaly and back out and checking out the other guy on the station too. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect that, guys. I really didn't expect that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get rid of my 44-minute run. 42 is now the new record. Yeah. More like, it wasn't really trying, guys. Sorry, I wasn't really anticipating that. That's just too funny. Too funny. So yeah, let me do that. Yeah, we got to do the photo because unfortunately we don't really have a choice. So yeah, just... Oh well, I'll just show the one hand. There we go. Okay, got it. So we'll see how that goes. Who was that? Mike McEwen. Let me just see if I got it right. McGuigan? Did I say that right? McGuigan? Or McGuigan? Which one? First or second? McGuigan or McGuigan? Yeah, I don't know how to explain that to Jason. I wasn't even really... McGuigan? Gui? Is it low or is it I? E-I. Guigan. McGuigan. Oh, McGuigan. Yeah, that makes sense. Suck it, Jason sign. Then hold it up. You know, I can actually take that picture and I can superimpose Jason in there. And just see what happens. And we'll send that to Delta. What do you think? That might be crazy. Because I got a picture of Jason. I made sure I have one in there because of the thing I was going to do. That would be so funny. That would be so funny. Yeah, I may have to do that. That sounds really good. All right. I think we're done here. Let me get out of this, guys. Let's get to my end screen and get rid of the game for now. There we go. I'm going to get rid of my timer too that I have up there. Okay, good. We are definitely going to raid somebody. Probably going to do Delta because I don't know what happened to Jason. Jason, for all I know, he might still be playing right now. No, he must have raided somebody else. That's perfectly fine. Probably somebody playing Dune right now is what I'm guessing. So let's go ahead and we'll check out Delta. We'll drag all you folks along with me. Thank you very, very much. We've got a few extra more subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Between the video, the stream, and all the folks that have been subscribing, thank you so much. 07 to all of you. Mike, thank you for the super chat, as well as who was that? Was that Delta Mom that gave you that did the super chat earlier? And really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, between the video that I put out and I've gotten about 60 more subscribers in about 2 days. So it's been really crazy. Really, really crazy. Really impressed. Thank you guys. So yeah, I'm actually on the screen I need to be on. Another person just subscribed. I have no idea who it was. It didn't come up. Maybe Streamlabs is malfunctioning. I'm so sorry. But it is what it is. All right, let's get to the edit screen. Customize. Redirect. Good old YouTube. Got to do all the hoops. And Delta should be on here someplace. There he is. There he is. So he's doing some speed runs right now. Give him some encouragement. Tell him suck it, Jason, but tell him it's an ElanPaul raid by all means. And yeah, Gothic, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to go as low as 36, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think we can really fine-tune it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, guys, pretty much a very abrupt end to the stream. Thank you so much for being here and staying with me the whole time. You guys have been fantastic, as usual. As usual, you guys are great, and I hope you had a great time. I really do. Just make sure you're having fun playing, okay? If you're not having fun, take a break. But really, it's all the kindness and everything. This community over here is fantastic, and I really appreciate all of you. So thank you very much. We'll catch you next time, and we'll see you. I probably won't be streaming over the weekend. I'm going to take a break this Saturday. I got a couple of videos I want to put out. I got a lot of work to do around here, so I'm going to get caught up on some honey-do list. But we'll see you guys next week, most likely next Wednesday. Okay, guys? Take care. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Say hi to Delta for me.